Right, we're on.
We're on.
Yeah, we're on. We're live. Wonderful.
That's very exciting.
It is. I mean, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to post this through a load of the X-Wing groups and just get a bit of publicity going on, and then yeah, we'll go from there. I am going to post it in X-Wing Miniature Scotland, although 355 members, they're a decent size. It's good to see. So yeah, get it in Sweden as well. And even though it is 3:30, 2:30 in the afternoon in America, I'll post it to America as well.
People will be watching because
Yeah,
they're
they'll come over. I mean, I'll chuck this up on my YouTube and my Twitch after this anyway. So
cool. I will share it in the blog.
yeah, you can always watch it on delay. But right, podcast. So then we get Scum and Villainy, we get Minox, we get Nova, we get Gold Squadron. I think that's all the pages. Do you normally share the blog anywhere else? Oh, I haven't done the Aussies. Should share it to the Aussies as well.
Because it's like what o'clock in the morning
Yeah,
there.
it's fine. It's 8:30. They can watch it before they go to work.
It's a Sunday as well. Saturday.
Is it?
Saturday there
That's a
now.
good point. Saturday morning watching. People with kids can
Watch this instead of cartoons.
yeah, or get the cartoons on the TV. Get this on your phone. Keep yourself
Yeah.
sane. Right, and
Oh, like that. Excellent.
Australia. Where is X-Wing Australia? Here we go. Lovely. Oh, I haven't joined X-Wing Australia. Awful.
Am I going to have a million notifications on Facebook saying
Yes,
Ollie
yes,
is
you are.
Ollie has tagged you in a post?
No,
Ollie is.
I didn't. I didn't tag you
Oh,
because
okay.
I thought that you were probably aware that this was going on.
Yeah, I'm
Considering.
aware of it, but from past record, when I've been tagged in stuff for some reason, people.
Oh, I do that every now and then.
Uh,
Right, there we go. So let's have a look back there. So oh, your sound is too low. Turn it up. I
my
can't.
sound is too low.
No, I can't speak louder. So I'm just going to turn up both sounds, but
Oh, okay.
it means that Phil bleeds over into my mic if my sound is too low.
Okay.
Hey, lovely. Good to see you guys. For some reason, my Twitch counter isn't updating if you are watching. So weird. Unsure. Anyway, 6 viewers. Oh, there we go. It's now pinged. Good to
Good
see you.
evening.
Hey, Charles. So we got Cormac and Charles Burkhold in there as well. So this is all
Oh
of.
man, now there's pressure.
Oh, nah, that's fine. Ollie too quiet, Phil too loud. See, this is why I had my level set up, and you just shouted at me. Well,
Ollie too quiet, Phil too loud. Was that?
I'm just gonna.
Well,
Turn,
I don't think I can turn myself
I've
down.
turned. No, it's fine. I've turned down Phil. So basically, you're just. Oh God, you're just gonna have to turn up the volume. That's fine. So, Cormac, stop complaining. Turn up volume on your TV. You have the capability. Right. So, I'm terrified of how I'm going to deal with this. Do you want to run us through what you've got?
Cool. So in first edition, I loved 5 A-wings with Crackshot and what was the one that let you go up or down a pilot skill? I can't even remember.
Adaptability.
Adaptability.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
both
Wow.
played this. Yeah.
Yeah, five with Crackshot and adaptability and auto thrusters was a super fun list for quite a long time in version one.
I'm going to claim credit that I hit top 8 at the system open with it. I'm just going to throw that one out there.
Yeah, you do that. Uh, yeah, I went 3-0 and then lost my last 3 games. Having started really strongly, it went horribly.
However, your paint scheme was beautiful.
Oh yeah, the black and white, I love them. So this is essentially me going, could this potentially work in 2? Because you can get 6 of them
And
instead of 5,
You can fire at the butt as well.
and they can shoot back, and they can't use Crackshot out the back. But they've got double repositions inherently now. Well, in a set order, but you can still do the barrel boost. So who was I was playing? It was a couple of weeks ago at Fast on Cards, and there was just swarms places, and I was like, I don't like Imperial swarms. Scum swarms don't really appeal to me. A-wings have always been where it's at for me for swarms.
See, this may be viable because I was thinking about this, and if you think back to when we were flying the 5,
Yeah,
when we were flying the 5, you had Crackshot, and Crackshot was better, but you didn't have push to the limit. You could have one or the other.
yeah.
And now you can have push.
basically. Yeah.
They've got push. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to turn Phil down again. It's fine. Everything is fine.
So yeah, I was chatting away. I think it was, and it was Bert who said, he said, play it on Vassal before you buy six A-wings. I already own two, which is normal. That's what normal people do. But if it's fun, I'm gonna have six.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be really interesting.
Because they're just cool. A-wings are just cool and explodey.
Oh,
You'll notice that I don't have a ship number 4. Number 4 is called Explodey Sylvia.
that's a very good point. I mean, I'm a little bit scared of this because I've been in a similar vein. I was thinking back to when you look at hyperspace and you think about the fact that efficiency is now good again. It's no longer you have to run like multiple mods. You can just run lots of ships. I was thinking, right, well, back to B-wings, back to A-wings, and this is why I'm flying Fen and the 3 Fangs, because it's quite similar to Jake and 3 B-wings that I used to fly. But yeah, looking at the A-wings, I'm going to have to try this, and you're right, it's like, oh, do I want to... Hi, good to see you, Spiced. That is Scott, isn't it? It should be Scott. I'm not going to say the best read, because I think that's safe for Craig, but there we go. A read. He's gonna hate me forever. Right. Shall we kick things off?
Cool. So I'm on 198. Ollie's on 200. I'm taking the initiative because I want to move my blockers before Ollie moves his blockers.
Yeah.
Because that's quite important.
Nope. Okay. So it is Adam. There we go. Sorry, Adam. Yeah. I got you. Okay. Like, one of you's called Spice, the other one's called Morgan Spiced online. It's really confusing to see which one is which, okay? So I've just got to clarify. Say, hey, Christopher, and I'm sorry. Please don't hate me forever. Kate's in the background. She'll, like, shout at me. Right. So, yeah, Phil's taking the initiative because reasons. If you can see the list up the side as well. You can't see the totals, annoyingly, but yeah, 200 to 198. So there we go.
Do all 6 of my ships fit on the overlay? Because I can't actually see the overlay, so I'm not looking at it.
Yeah, it's a little bit that you can't quite see the crack shot underneath, but everything's fine.
That's all right.
I might move the
as long as you and I know the crack shots are burned, that's okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's start with debris. I would say start with rocks, but it's hyperspace, and rocks are bad because of mining guild ties.
Yes, you are correct. There we go.
So
let's put that there. Lock. I broke it.
Let's have a big piece of debris there. I do apologise if I make Vassal button mistakes. It's been quite a long time since I had a game on Vassal, so I'm inevitably going to barrel roll the wrong direction or boost off the table or something because, you know, practice makes perfect, and I haven't played Vassal for like a couple of months now.
Absolutely fine. I won't forgive you. Right, that one can go there. Minor guild ties do interact with debris. That's the important point. So debris is not an asteroid, and they specifically say asteroid. So whilst they don't take damage, they do take stress.
Yeah.
Which is really important. Also, sorry, Adam. I'm really sorry. I feel bad, like genuinely bad. Yeah. So that's the thing, Charles. They might ignore the damage, but stress still hurts them.
Stress is bad. They're TIE fighters with worse dials.
Yeah, they are. Good to go there.
Yep. When they lose the hard turns, they become infinitely more manageable.
I'm set there.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
They do. And I don't know. I feel like because 8, like, yeah, I do stupid stuff all the time. And it's fine. Chris is here, so he can remind me about stuff that I need to do that I always forget to do. Ugh. Right. So that one there.
Yep, that's all down.
I mean, I don't really want to joust you.
But you're fang.
I feel I do want to joust you, but I don't want to get blocked. How do we work that one out?
That's the trick, is not getting blocked. Um,
Right. Okay.
right. So I'm just going to make everyone face a different direction,
Yep.
like
Just
that. Oh my God! Come on, Vassal, catch up. There we go.
yeah,
I mean, it's still faster than moving 6 ships on the table would be.
it is, but oh
So, for the
god.
sake of my sanity, I'm going to try and put these in vaguely the right order.
Yep.
So
So
there's number 6. There's number 5.
Nick Harris is panicking. He's asking, "Please tell me you're not running that tomorrow." No, don't worry, Nick. You have something even worse that he's bringing out tomorrow. I'll see if if Phil wants to share that with you.
No, I'm saving that one.
That was a surprise.
Although there's a picture on my Instagram that I put up, which anybody who knows how I write lists can probably look at and work out what I'm flying from the tokens that are packed.
Yeah. See, that's the interesting one, Cormac, because not all of them are going to be. If I get the joust right, not all of them are going to be able to fly at the top of me. So, with the hard 2 available, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It depends if I stress myself in the first engagement. Which
right, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Explodey Sylvia. 5 and 6.
Right. So I feel like I should do what I normally do actually. So we've got Inky, we have Clyde, and we have Pinky as well. So let's make him Pinky.
I haven't actually flown an A-wing in 2.0 yet.
Really?
No.
They're really fun.
I know, but this is like my first game. It's on stream, and I'm flying 3 more ships than I would normally ever countenance flying.
Yep. I mean, you are Captain 2 ship. That is your previous experience, right?
Lists. I do like my 2-ship lists.
Right, let's leave it there. Right. So where do we start? I'm gonna go over there. All right, let's do it.
Cool.
Let's have some fun. I mean, I'm mildly terrified of what these things can do.
I don't really know what they can do, so it's going to be entertaining.
Yeah, I feel like the saving grace here is that it is bullseye for that crack shot.
Oh yeah. I mean, and realistically, to kill a Fang, I'm going to have to put at least 2 shots into it with crack shot triggering to break through the dice.
Yeah, exactly. It's
and hope you don't roll.
Not having auto thrusters though is a big deal. I think.
Yeah, I don't have them either. Shut up.
No, I know, but you never. Oh no, I ran the one with auto thrusters.
Oh no, I had auto thrusters with the 5 cracks.
Yeah.
Five cracks adaptability auto thrusters.
It's
I also
good.
really enjoyed my favourite A-wing build was Duke push to limit. 4 of them, Duke push to limit auto thrusters.
Yeah,
and it was
fun.
Amazing. But the problem I had with that was I did really, really well at a couple of tournaments in a row, and then the whole Venturous Lats thing kicked off.
Oh yeah.
And if you want to see a list that cannot handle Ventress and Lats, 4 A-wings with
push limit.
It's just like, no, sorry.
It's
no.
like it doesn't matter how many times you shoot me. Yeah.
It's just no. Cool. Are we set?
Yeah. New obstacles. See, the problem with the new obstacles is that they give your opponent benefit as well, and I really dislike giving obstacles that my opponent benefits
about the
from.
gas clouds?
Yeah, the gas clouds. So Nick has just mentioned why not take the new ones instead of auto thrusters?
Well, because we don't have the new ones.
Well, yeah, I know, but if we did, so say Wave 3 drops tomorrow, and you're using this list, I would still take either the debris or the big rocks.
Yeah. So the thing with so you've seen Rebels, right?
Mhm.
So you know where they go into the gas cloud and they're fighting the Defender with the Y-wings.
Yes.
You know how they blow up the gas cloud. What I'm really hoping is that there's rules in there for the gas clouds to get exploded by proton weapons.
Oh, that could be fun.
Because that would be awesome. So if a proton bomb goes off at range 1 of a gas cloud,
it does like an extra damage.
It becomes a seismic.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Like, you can lock obstacles, and at the moment, the only reason to do that is Kira. And so if you can lock obstacles and then fire a proton torch, at this thing. That I'm just I'm like,
Well,
oh,
I mean, the
so
precedent's
cool.
already there because they had seismic torpedoes already.
Yeah,
So if you
exactly.
just say, right, you can fire a munition into a gas cloud and it'll explode.
I'm just doing a 2 forward with everybody,
Sure thing.
because that's easy. But yeah, that's goodness sake.
Yeah,
Okay,
it gets
there we go. Cool. They're all going to focus for what it's worth.
seems sensible. Right then. Yeah, so for everyone watching the stream, you'll be able to see my dials, but you won't be able to see Phil's. So what we're probably going to do is it means that we can have a chat about what's going on because all of his ships move before mine. So the great thing about that is I made a mistake.
Already?
Yeah, I was considering which way I wanted to barrel roll, and I decided I want to barrel roll the other way, and I've now changed my mind. But it's fine.
Oh.
Everything is fine. Which one was red? Red now needs to be pink, so let's just do that. There we go, pinky. I quite like the fact that when you change the name of the fangs, it doesn't change. The dials don't change. That's quite cool. So you don't have to have the dial named to be the same thing.
It was kind of useful because then it saves you. Like I had to go through and rename 6 dials and 6 ships, and
Yeah, exactly.
so it's a
there
fair
we
amount.
go, there we go, and then Fen does a 5 forward and stays there. All right, spinny things. Cool. Yeah, it's I just don't know how I'm going to approach this. So what I want to do is I want to split you up because essentially we both have push limit, but I have more dice.
Yeah. 1-on-1, your ships are better.
Yes, and obviously there's Fen in there who's scary.
Yeah, Fen, who is quite good at deleting A-wings that don't have heroic.
Yeah.
Am I happy with what I'm doing?
Yeah, Charles, if you're just feeding Finn information, then that's no fun. Don't do that.
I can't see anything.
Oh no, but he's looking at the chat. So what he could do is he could like be feeding you information.
No, I'm not paying attention to anything. Like when I do like this or podcasts or stuff like that, I don't have other stuff going on because it gets distracting.
Yeah, see, I have too much stuff going on half the time. If anything, I concentrate more when I'm streaming, which is good. There's quite a lot of people having fun playing Guess the List off your Instagram. So there we go. There's how you use social media to build interest.
I'll look at that later.
Yeah. What? After you, by the way.
Cool. So let's put dials on table.
Yeah.
So just like you want to split me up, I want to keep my formation together, but I want to carry a big fan of firing arcs.
Yeah.
So to that end, let's go. This fella is doing a control 2. And he is going to just he's going to focus boost. So there's the focus, there's the boost, there's the stress.
Let's start a timer as well. Let's just get an idea. So what do you reckon, 70 minutes from now?
Yeah, it's fine.
Something like that.
Oh, wrong thing. Already pressing the wrong buttons.
Yeah, everything's
That
fine.
is another 2 bank. Control 2.
See,
I'm going to go for the boost.
the nice thing is, Chris, is that I remember that without your input, even though it looks like I didn't.
So he's just going to stop there.
Okay. Clonk.
Yep. That's because not used to setting ships up on Vassal.
Yeah. So
the next row.
do you want to nudge him at all, or you happy with
it's
him?
all right.
So,
I think at this stage of the game, it's not going to make a huge deal.
No, I think it'll be
difference. This fella, shift 3, shift 1.
fine. Nice.
And his friend will also go shift 3, shift 1. Then the back row. Shift 2. Oh, undo.
Oh, did you fail the boost?
I did fail the boost. Yeah, I need to go back actually, don't I? Hang on.
Yeah.
Let's just quickly do that.
Undo, 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 undo.
Undo, 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 undo,
See,
undo.
it's totally
undo,
fine. We play this game lots.
Cool. So I'll just fail the boost, which does mean that this guy now crashes.
Do you want to just not fail the boost?
Nah, it's fine.
Okay.
I mean, it's useful, but... And he is going to... Well, that changes things because I failed the boost, so he's going to actually boost round. Round. Right button. Come on, Phil.
Yeah.
Control 1.
We're getting there, slowly.
Yeah, and then this lad is doing a 2-bank. 2-bank. God damn. So out of practice. And he's going to do a boost. And his friend behind him is going to do the same thing, hopefully. Or probably bump now because, you know. No, wrong fucking boost. Oops, swearing. Bad. Sorry, any children watching. There we go. Cool.
Right.
So I'll sit out like that.
Okay. Cool. So that's a nice even spread. So you've succeeded in working out that I have literally no idea where you're going next turn. So this guy is going to go over there and then over there, I think. Yeah. Once Vassal, yeah, there we go. Lovely. Once Vassal works out where we're going. Then we'll do this guy, and he's going to then barrel roll that way.
Ollie, are you noping already?
Yeah.
It's turn 2.
You're coming through these asteroids, Phil, whether you like it or not.
No, I don't mind asteroids. I've got loads of blue on my dial and plenty of health.
Yes, you do. Right, dials and stuff. Hey,
yeah.
Thanks for the sub. We like subs. Nervous Sam. Is that like Serious Sam's worried brother? Oh yeah, Phil, seriously, Control S. If you click on the dial and hit Control S, it does it automatically.
Does what?
It moves the ship.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
New dials. New dials,
What?
new shortcut.
What is this witchcraft?
Yeah. Make sure you don't have them all selected at the same time though, because they will all move at the same time.
Well, what I tend to do is select all my dials, program in one move, and not realise that I've just completely changed what everything else is doing.
Yep. So basically, click on a dial, hit Control S, and then the ship will move on its own because the dial is assigned to it. It's great.
Ooh. That's interesting.
As long as you didn't mess up your colours on your dials.
I don't know. Don't think so.
Well,
no, I've got
this could be
two
fun.
greens. I've got two that. I've got a light green and a dark green.
Are you able to tell the difference?
What was the set colour? I think Control M for the set colour.
Control M for the set colour, yeah.
This one should be. That's that green. I don't know. Anyway, it's fine.
Right,
It's
put it on the table.
It's fine.
Put it on the table with a move. Do Control S and see which ship moves.
This one.
Yep. Control S.
So what? Did you just Control S?
There we go. It's the right dial. Now undo it. Lovely.
Interesting.
Yep.
Well, that's impressive.
Muon is clever.
He is very clever. What ship number's that? That is that one there.
He has done a good job. Right. Yeah, you say that, Nick. Don't. So for anyone watching, please never, ever, ever select all your dials and activate them together, because one, it moves all the ships together, but two, you should never do that because your actions. I mean, the only time you're going to do that is if you say in advance, right, I'm going to focus with everything, and then you just reveal all your dials. But if anything does crash for whatever reason, it makes it really messy. Yeah, we can do that. Of course, you guys have no idea what that is, but there we go. So yeah, just attempting to split things up here. We'll see what happens. I mean, there is a scary amount of A-wings there.
Yeah, but they're being flown by somebody who's never flown flown 6 ships before. I
It's
think the
totally.
last time I flew 6 ships, I was trying to fire Swarm in first edition.
The nice thing about this though is that, um, so for anyone that did fly the A-wings back in the original, they didn't have to fly in formation. They actually work pretty well out of formation.
Yeah,
So that is a bonus for those people who might not like formation flying.
but they also bring in an absolute sledgehammer when you do. I jousted a guy at the UKTC who had Bosk.
Oh,
No, it wasn't Bosk. It was a party bus,
yep,
and I set it on fire.
yep.
Like, he was like, "I can take this. It's just A-wings," and then he just disappeared because I went crack shot, crack shot, crack shot, crack shot,
Yeah,
dead.
that one evade that you have, you don't get that. You're not
Yeah,
allowed. This ship
yeah.
has 0 agility for this turn.
It was pretty glorious. Right, I am set.
Yep, good to go.
Okay, so number one. So it's Shift N. Control. No, what's
Control
the
S. So close it. Control
Yeah.
R the dial again, and then Control S.
Uh huh. Control R.
No,
What?
like don't reveal it. Hide it again.
Hide it and
Yeah.
just press Control S.
Just press Control S.
It
New shortcut. Magic.
is witchcraft.
Magic.
He is going to focus boost.
Okay.
Focus and then. Shift one.
Boost.
No, not that boost. God damn. I'm going to get this eventually.
Eventually. Maybe.
There we go. He'll go to there and he will remain stressed.
Okay.
We're going to do number 2 next. So Control S.
Mm-hmm.
Zoom!
Actual witchcraft.
Yeah. He is going to focus boost as well.
Yep.
So, well, boost. Yeah, focus boost. There's the boost. Or would be if I had the ship selected. And a focus and a stress.
Mm-hmm.
Because A-Wings just don't give a shit.
Yeah, with the fact that they've got the old silencer dial means that they can literally go wherever they like.
Yeah. So then we're on to Explodey.
Yep.
So focus boost.
Ooh, that's nice. If that fits, it should fit.
Should fit. We'll
If
find
not,
out.
he gets the focus anyway.
Focus. Oh no, so focus failed boost. Oh, that's so close.
It is.
Oh
It's-
well.
You would have got that on table.
I know. Did you just undo it as well?
I did. Sorry.
So he will just be focused and stressed.
Yep.
But that's okay. I'm covering a different angle for Fen. Then we're gonna do 5s.
Yep.
Who's just going to take a focus?
Nick is saying that each time you swear, you should lose a shield.
That's not fair. I haven't got enough.
You've got quite a lot. You have got 12 shields.
And a focus.
See, this is why people play Rebels, because they have all the shields.
And then
Okay.
and focus boost.
Yep.
Straight boost.
Yep.
So yeah, my approach there was to try and, if you're going to start running across the board,
Yeah.
I want to be in a place where I can take advantage of it. Particularly if you look down the middle of the board, there is a nice fire lane
Yeah,
at
there
your
is.
at your end
around
of the
here.
board between those two, which a 5 forward just parks me on beautifully next turn if you've turned in.
It does. And it gives you lots of blocking options as
Yeah.
well.
It also means that I've got options that if you do run, well, the only one that can run past me is Blue, who's at the bottom,
Yep.
and I've got 3 ships that can 3 bank into that spot
Yeah.
and go, okay, if you want to run past, you're great.
Yeah, so as we were saying before, the strength of this list is that you don't have to fly in formation. You can split up. I'd also argue that it's a weakness of the list because they do only have 2 attack dice. So Blue is doing exactly what you thought.
Yep.
So he's going to boost in. He doesn't need to focus, so he's not going to stress himself. He's just going to boost around the corner. Because, yeah, he's happy to just come in there next turn. Yellow is going to come up here. Pinky. There we go. It goes up that way. Doesn't really like the idea of getting shot this turn, so he's just going to barrel backwards.
Yep. Well, particularly because crack shot was going to be happening and you weren't obstructed.
Exactly. So he's considering... He's fairly happy that he's not at range, so he isn't even going to bother focusing.
If he is at range, it's range 3 and I've got 2 dice.
And Fen is going to get aggressive.
Yep.
So
that's Fen.
He's going to boost and he's going to take a focus. So he might be getting shot here, but he should be able to do quite a bit of damage. So he's going to get a stress token for his troubles.
So, Fen opens fire.
Fen does open fire. Now, I don't have Fearless on this list because I don't have space.
Yeah.
So, likelihood is I'm getting shot by 3 ships here. Because I'm getting shot by 3.
You can't spend.
I can't spend. Now, just before we do this, the intention of moving my ships down here, as you can see, I've got lots of possible options that I can go down. So I'm trying to cause the A-Wings to sort of spread as much as humanly possible. Boosting in might be a bit of a risk, but I need to take some A-Wings off the table, and I feel like at this point in the game, Fen can take a range 1, a range 2, and a range 3, especially with this ability. So, 5 dice.
Oh, don't get greedy, Ollie.
Now, I shouldn't, but I'm going to.
You're going to?
Yeah, because that's
Okay.
that's 5 hits.
That is 5 hits. It's alright. So, for those who don't know, Ollie and I have played on Vassal quite a lot. And there tends to be a pattern with the dice.
One way or the other.
We can confirm it that, the dice swing hard.
Yeah.
I will obviously spend my focus. So I take shield, and a hull on number 1.
Has 1 remaining.
Shield, hull.
So if some of you care about numbers, the reason I spent that focus on the 5 is actually because I had a small, probably about 20% chance of one-shotting the A-Wing. Also, there is a very, very large chance that I'm going to get him to spend his focus, which means that the shots coming back should be a lot less scary. Now, for that trade, I'm expecting to lose a shield here.
A shield?
Lose a hull. But to do maybe kill an A-Wing in one go, I think that was worth it.
Well, let's do the boy at the front first.
Yep.
Roll 3. Hit crit.
Okay, hit crit. So as long as Fen averages here, he should be fine. I say so. See?
Oh, there's the crit.
Yeah, so I got very unlucky there. Stunned pilot, that's not terrible. New stunned pilot is a lot better.
Don't hit debris. Don't hit the obstacles, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll go for the range 3 next, because that's fun. So 2v4 again.
Yeah.
Roll 2. 1 hit.
Okay.
So nothing.
Yeah.
There we go. Thank you, Vassal, for balancing the odds out there.
Yeah.
And then last fella, range 2.
So this is the one that I was expecting to do a damage, except I got unlucky on the range 1.
1 hit.
And safe. So same difference. I just got unlucky with the crit there. As it was, not a terrible crit. Just fly sensibly and don't go over asteroids.
Yes, which is eminently possible.
Yes. Nah. Fen's okay. So whilst I could have got annoyed at that, there was all of the likelihood that I could have taken a damage on the range 2 or the range 3 shot with no focus. So
yeah, I mean, we were expecting you to take 1 damage from that.
Yeah.
And you did.
I did.
I was not expecting to take 3 damage.
Which was why I got lucky. I was expecting to keep my focus, maybe do 1 and not take any in return. As it was, I will very much take that trade. Right, do you have any other shots? I don't think you do.
No, pretty sure that is done.
Okay.
So
see, the interesting thing is that for the previous turn I was considering not barrel rolling Fen, which would have meant this guy wouldn't have, with your present moves, you wouldn't have had me an arc. But then if I hadn't barrel rolled Fen, you would have just turned everyone towards him.
Yeah.
So
and he would have got scared.
He would have been annihilated.
Let's clear off the million focuses.
Yes. Leave the stress tokens on there.
Yes. Well, because I'm stressed, I have to.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the rules of the game.
Exactly. It makes it interesting for next turn here. Because you can commit really hard to Fen, but if I
do, I'm getting flanked by 3 ships.
Exactly, which is why I like this list. It's got a lot of threat potential.
Yeah. So I know what he's doing. This one is going to do.
Oh, the System Open series. So Charles is asking what we're going to fly at the System Open series and whether we thought about that. Honestly, I've been focusing more on hyperspace recently. I know how to fly Phantoms and Punishers, so I may just jump back on that gravy train because they're really good.
I am more than likely to be flying T-70s because I don't think they really care about what format they're flying in.
T-70s are pretty good and extended. I mean, we saw Triple C T-70 list hit the top 8 of the SOS in America. I think the only thing that they'd be concerned about really is the Punishers, but they can get a big enough bid now that the Punishers shouldn't be able to touch them with that.
Yeah, that's the thing. Punishers did get hit.
Yeah, they did. So, Charles, you should just not be like the snowflake, and you should fly the ship that's good, and Death Rain is good. Asajj and Old Terok. So, what I'm very tempted by is not Asajj, and I don't know if you spotted this one, Cormac. I did post it in the 186 chat a little while back. You can fit Fen Rao with Fearless, Terok with Fearless, and Ketsu Onyo without anything in one list. And,
I was chatting to Phil Pond, who is a Ventress lover.
Yeah.
And obviously he's very happy that she's come down in points. And he was trying Dengar and Ventress and the jammy TIE fighter. And he had a bad day.
Yep. I don't think Ventress is that good still. The problem is that 2-dice turret isn't going to do much.
Yeah.
But Ketsu, free tractor beams are good.
Still got to be the double dart thing. But what I suggested, because you can do this, particularly for in extended, Ventress, Forlom, and Palob. So Palob strips your focus, because why not?
Why not?
Ventress then goes, would you like a stress? And you go, well, I don't have the green token to spend, so I'll take a stress.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the round, Forlom goes, tell you what, would you like a stress? And you go, no, I would not like this stress. Stop giving me your stress.
Yeah, that's quite mean.
Quite
mean. I'm not really ready here.
You're not really ready?
I've got to have a quick think about Fen.
Yeah, Fen has lots of ships that are potentially in his way.
Yes. He doesn't really mind crashing into them too much, but he doesn't want to get shot too many times.
Well, it depends on who he crashes into.
Yeah, exactly.
I just need to work out if that is the right thing to do.
Yep.
First
move, best move.
No, I need to. No, that was not the right move. So let's just take Explodey back, and she's just gonna change what she was doing.
Yeah.
To.
Yeah, 000 on Ventress is good. My problem with Ventress is just it's a 2-dice arc out the side. I mean, stress is great. We all love stress control, but you have to spend a force for it. And I need to have a serious think whether Initiative 5 and Attract Beam is better than giving him a stress and having a force spare.
I think cheap Ventress the best Ventress.
Yeah, just run her at 76, like nothing else. Maybe 000.
If you've got points, put Lats on. If you don't have points, don't.
Is Lats is still the same thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Particularly if you're running a list with Forlom in there and with the Moldy Crow as well. Like the amount of control that list can do is huge, but really you've got to fly it. Problem is, you've got 3 different size bases all flying, and they need to be flying at range 2 of each other to trigger stuff.
Yeah, they do. It's difficult. Ready when you are. I'm just going to have a bit of a chat about Ventress.
Okay, so
yeah,
Control S, right?
It is Control S.
So he's going to go there.
Shocking.
I'm going to take an evade and rotate my arc to the rear.
Absolutely shocking behaviour.
So that is Alt M.
Yeah, I think hate is a really good include on Ventress. And yeah, shoot from the front. But that's the thing, Cormac. If you're saying shoot from the front, why not take Ketsu and tractor beam things?
Yep. And throw them all over the place.
Yeah, for 6 points less as well. I mean, I love the fact that for 6 points you can get force, and I think that's a really good idea. I'm curious to see, because the Shadowcaster dial is really good, but how is it jousting things? We'll have to see. Right.
So I've gone there. I don't think I'm getting shot by Fen there. At this moment in time, I am going to take a lock. So
yeah.
there's a lock on Fen.
Because there's no way that I can shoot you there, right? So.
Well, if even if Pinky comes in, your priority target is the guy who's on 1 health.
Yeah, exactly.
So then we're going to do Explodey.
Yep.
So Control S. This right. I'll take the stress.
Yeah, you just take it there.
Clear the stress. Take the stress. So roll a dice.
Rock. Yeah,
Nothing.
It's safe.
Cool. Then we're going to do 5s at the bottom. Who is going to do a 5. And it's going to focus boost. Or
Nice.
boost focus.
Yep. Hey, thanks for that, Kay. I mean, yeah, I considered monetizing this one, but I can do. I mean, I have enough viewers to monetize it, but at the end of the day, what am I going to give you guys?
And then the last 2 boys
are
just going to go
5 forward focus.
Nope.
Oh.
2 forward focus.
Nice.
And 2 forward focus.
I mean,
as you say, I don't need to fly my ships in formation.
Yep.
But what I've given myself with doing this is I've given Fen a bit of a box to try and run away from.
Yeah.
I have given your other ships a potential blocker, so I've staggered my ranges a bit.
Yeah, it allows you to, especially with these things, it allows you to wander around later and get good shots consistently throughout the game, which I think is something that Swarms struggle with. They come in for the first round and then don't get anything else. Right, let's do Pinky first. So Pinky goes there, and then I think the boost is going to fit. So
I don't.
I can't actually because one sec, I need to zoom in on this.
It's focus boost, right? Isn't it?
No,
so
it's boost to
it's
focus.
Boost focus. Oh.
No, I've just got to focus there.
Yeah, you're not getting in.
No, I'm just going to focus. So I should have done the hard one. Oh well. I thought the 2 would fit. That's one of those things, is that sometimes you're just better on table. So 2 bank over there. And I don't actually mind boosting here, I think. Do I? I kind of want to stay at range 3. I don't like getting into range 2 of A-Wings, so I'm just going to focus and stay there. This guy's going to go clonk. So should have done the 2 bank. Maybe still would have crashed anyway, so same difference. Right, so that one. And then Fen goes, I don't want to play this game anymore.
Yep.
Which was probably what you were expecting.
Yeah. Which is why I was happy to take the lock.
Yeah, exactly.
Although I'm now getting shot range 2 by a boy with a focus. So
you are, but we'll see what happens there. Now the question is, what do I do? Because I can go away completely. Or, yeah, unsure. I think we're just going to curvy boost out of that one. There we go. Okay. Pew pew. So you shoot first.
I shoot first. So this fella, let's start at the top. I will take that range 3 unmodded shot.
Pew pew pew. See what happens.
A hit.
A single hit. I get 4 dice. Dice say single evade. Okay.
Cool.
And the other 2.
Well, this fella doesn't have a shot.
Nope.
I might have Fen. Let's have a look. It's Control.
Alt F.
Alt F now.
Yeah, for the alternative firing arcs.
Ooh,
that's really
just
close.
Out.
What you can test that one actually.
It's out.
It is.
Yeah. So let's do this fella.
Yep.
who does have a range 2 obstructed.
He does. Go for it. So just while we're doing that, talking to so Charles was just saying.
Spend my focus 2 hits.
Charles was just saying that he played against what was it? Talonbane Safe, Talonbane Cargo Shell, and Ventress. Yeah, not bad. More than hype perception on Ventress, but I feel like that's a lot of things. Yes, it dropped Vermeil in 1 round, but if you end up in front of that, it's going to kill anything in 1 round. Let me check that for you.
I've only got 1 shot.
Yeah, you do.
So I will take that 2 dice attack. Hit crit. I won't say no. Should spend your focus here.
I'm hoping so.
Yeah.
I prefer... Oh
no, let's not. Let's just do that.
That's just natural evades. That works.
And then I've got the last one in the middle.
Yep. Yeah, he has. Oh, you got 2 options. Probably the one without a focus, I imagine.
How do I check bullseye?
Control X.
Control.
Oh, that's in.
That is in bullseye. So we're going to shoot the guy without the focus token, who's in my bullseye up.
Oh boy.
Am I going to spend that focus token?
Shocking behaviour.
Oh, for God's sake!
I'm sorry. I pulled that one straight out of my arse.
Yeah. Well, so I spent that focus.
Yeah. For those of you that are not used to dice, I should have taken damage there. Right, 2 seconds. AFK.
Should have taken 5 damage.
And back. Sorry about that. Right, so my shots.
Yeah, go for it. Like, that was ridiculous.
I mean, yeah, I should have taken damage there. So, range 2 at the guy without focus?
None of them have focuses.
Sorry, the range 2 one.
The range 2 one, yeah.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Spend the focus for 2.
Takes 1.
Takes a shield.
So that is number 2.
Yep, this is
Shield.
how dice should work.
Next.
Yeah, we're going to shoot at... Ooh.
You can get the injured boy at range 3 in Arc.
I can get him,
He
but
has
he
an
has an
evade,
evade, and it's
you have
range
nothing.
3, and I have no focus. I'm going to shoot the guy at long range.
Okay, so 3v4.
3v4 with no evade. 1 hit.
Nope.
Yeah, he's very safe. And this guy...
3v4.
Yep, on the guy with no mods. So
Yep.
against green again. And that's a hit and a crit.
That is a shield on number 3.
Plinky plink. Slow and steady.
Yep. Okay, and back to dials.
Back to dials indeed. So yeah, I just while that was going on, apparently Kay is suggesting that I should totally make t-shirts for Twitch subscribers that say I subscribed to Ollie's channel and all I got was this lousy t-shirt with a picture of a hat on it.
That's probably fair.
I like my hat. No one else likes my hat, but I like my hat.
No, I like your hat.
Hey.
It's the person wearing it that's the problem.
Right. I should have seen that one coming. Should have seen that coming.
For those of you who don't know Ollie and I, we are very, very good friends and have been for the duration of my X-Wing career.
Yes, which means that, as is normal, Phil gets to make fun of me on a regular basis.
Yes.
Oh God, where am I going to go?
Yeah, see, that turn, like, it wasn't great for me in terms of what actually happened with the dice and stuff like that, but I'm actually in quite a good spot because you've now got turns that you don't particularly want to make.
Yep, exactly. And this is interesting because this is why I've started using the fangs in hyperspace, because when you're playing against a swarm, just crashing into range 1 and relying on that free evade is a genuine tactic, because you will just trade better than anyone else can.
So I'm just going to put these out as I do them because I'm just trying to work out what's going on.
Yeah,
so
that makes sense.
Done. Yeah, when you're looking at 6 dials.
Yeah, you want to put them ship by ship.
It's a different game to flying 3 ships.
Yep.
Um,
Hey, thanks, Groggy. Subscribers for everyone.
Then we're gonna go.
So the problem that I've got here is that you can block any one of my fangs if you want to.
I can basically block all of your fangs apart from Fen.
Yep. You can block anyone that you'd like to. The question is, who are you going to block? That is the question. I'm enjoying this game though. It's interesting. This is the really nice thing that I'm liking about Hyperspace, is that every single game is a really, really interesting game. I played with a Hyperspace list against the extended list yesterday, and it just felt that, you know, when you go into a game and you just go, okay, there is list difference here as opposed to player difference. Very frustrating. And yeah, it's really nice playing Hyperspace just because you know that you're coming in on a fairly level playing field. Yeah. I think it's reasonably fair. Right then. I am good to go.
I'm just making sure I'm doing things in the right order.
Seems sensible.
For example, that is the wrong dial.
Yeah, but bad time to mess up dials.
Yeah, it's quite an important term.
Yeah, I think a skill that anyone who plays Swarm should practice is making sure that you can collapse all of your ships onto one of your opponents. It's important. A flatter power curve in Hyperspace really has encouraged a greater diversity and potential viability. There we go. Look at all them long words, Kay. You're improving.
Where's number 3 going?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Where is my number 3? He's in the middle. Yeah, cool. So,
nice.
Yeah, that's fine. Right. Okay, are you set?
Yes, I am good to go. But yeah, you're right, Kay. Okay. You're right.
So, number 2 is... Where's number 2? That's number 1. Style. Number 2 is going first.
Mm-hmm.
So, Control S. Focus boost.
Yep. Hello.
Keeps the pressure on Fen.
It does. That's what you need.
And let's have a focus and a stress.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So next up we have number 5.
Yep.
Number 5 will be no surprise. He is just doing this.
Yep. Turning his arc backwards.
Flipping the arc backwards and taking a focus.
Yep.
Or focusing on that arc. Control M for mobile arc, isn't it?
Alt.
Alt M.
I think Control probably works as well.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. So he's taking a stress and a focus. If only they had a bullseye out the back.
Oh God, I'm very glad about that.
That's something that's not actually.
I did wonder, but I suppose bullseye is something that's you're dead in the middle of the crosshairs, and shooting backwards, that seems like it wouldn't be a thing.
So this guy is doing the 3 bank in there.
Yep. High.
Now I am going to flip my arc and focus.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Because either I'm blocking you or you're jumping over the top of me.
Yep, and it gets it already done for next turn. It's not as if he needs the stress token like Lulo does.
Yeah. So. Then we'll do this fella next. So he will just go to there.
Yep.
And I am going to focus rotate.
Yep.
See, this is my problem with having crack shot on these fellas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know heroic is mathematically terrible, but it works out of every arc.
It does, and sometimes you do feel that. Well, I think rolling at so many of these dice, you will eventually get double blanks. Well, you probably should quite often get double blanks actually on your attack dice. So I think running 6 heroics here instead of 6 crack shots is viable.
Yep.
You
Okay.
might actually get more use out of it than you would do Crackshot. It's hard to say.
So he's just going to go to there. He's going to keep his evade and rotate his arc.
Makes an awful lot of sense.
So there's lots of stress everywhere for everyone. I've got one more still to move.
Yep, exploding.
Yep. Who is
The guys who lost shields last turn, did you measure that?
How do you mean?
Oh, you're doing it on the side. Okay.
I've got tokens on the side that I'm taking off. Explodey is just going to go 2 bank and a
Yep.
focus.
Okay, so I'll just... Hey,
So-
subs. Thanks for subs.
So yeah, essentially what I've tried to do is I've tried to either block or get a firing arc on things.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, hopefully you've now got a very limited spot of options where you can move without getting shot by something.
Yeah, exactly.
Fen is out the fight for at least another 2 turns.
Yeah. He's
And
being
I'm-
chased around by this guy.
Yeah, who has a lock on him, which is best at range 2.
It is. Right. So, my guys?
Yes, go for it.
Alrighty. So, we are going to go for... Who are we going to go for first?
Let's clear these stars out of the way. won't we?
Yeah, let's do that. So I think we're going to go for... who doesn't matter? Who matters the least?
Who do I not mind getting wrecked?
I think purple is the most obvious choice. There we go. Pinky. So Pinky, it just sits there and takes focus. He doesn't mind being in a rear arc because he has the Concord Dawn.
He doesn't mind being in a front arc. He does mind being in a rear arc.
Yes,
Concord
sorry.
Dawn does not trigger off the rear.
Yeah, so that one there. So he's just going to sit there and take a focus, and hopefully he can kill number 1.
Yep.
Then yellow. I'm hoping this fits. Lovely.
Oh, nicely done.
Thank you. And I think I've dodged everything. So I'm just going to sit there and take a focus.
Yep.
There we go.
Did we dodge? Yep.
I haven't dodged Explodey, but he's going to try and shoot Explodey. And then we're going for blue. So blue
Tucks in close.
is probably going to boost.
Yeah, it kind of has to because you get range. You get focus boost range 1 with a focus.
Yeah, and I'm actually going to boost straight here. If I boost curved, what's going to happen is I'm going to end up in green's arc, and I don't want to do that, so I just want to boost straight.
You get shot more.
Yep, and I'm just going to take a focus and a stress after that one to go there.
Cool.
Awesome. So there we go.
And then Fen.
Fen decided to take the long way around and not the short. I couldn't risk you going slowly and getting stuff, so he's going to go there, and because he might get shot, he is going to take a focus and a stress, because again, cannot guarantee that you don't have rear arc on me. Oh, sorry, front arc. Okay, there we go. So shots. Fen doesn't have one, so after you.
Let's start at the top.
Yep.
I'll take the range 3 pot shot.
Might as well.
And it is. Let's think. I'm not getting shot.
I have a focus.
You have a focus. 4 dice, 2 hits. No, the odds are ridiculously slim.
It's very
so
unlikely.
I will leave it.
Yep.
I will leave it. Hey.
That's why you leave it. Yeah.
Not spend that target lock for the right reason. Okay, so then let's start. Let's just check number 3.
Yep.
I don't think he has the arc, but Control N? No, Control F. Alt F.
Yep, Alt F. No, he doesn't.
No, I've got a good shot of myself. Well done, me. So we will take this range 1.
Oh, sorry. That's annoying. The dice are hidden. Why are the dice hidden? Oh, that's why. 2 seconds. Whoop. Sorry,
Well,
guys.
I'm going to put 3 into
There we go.
Clyde.
Everything's good. Everything's good.
3 dice into Clyde.
Yep.
Oh, there we go.
I was working on updating the overlay. I just had to do that to move that out of the way. 3. Oh God. Okay. Into Clyde. Yes. Okay.
Yep.
Right. So I get 3. I get a free evade, and I take
Crack
it.
shot.
Oh man. Okay. So I take 2 there.
And that was from Explodey. So Explodey has spent her crack shot.
Okay. So number 4 has spent crack shot.
I'm just going to.
Because the interlay is really useful on this, I can do that. There we go. Crack
Okay.
shot spent. Look at that. Look at me using technology.
Because of that, I'm then going to check 666's Ock.
Mm-hmm.
No, go back to where it was. Alt M. No,
Alt F.
Alt F, thank you.
You're welcome.
So out of practice. Nothing there.
Yeah.
So, nothing there. Let's do the range 1 into here from my number 1.
Yep.
So you have all the dice, and it's going to be fine. Roll
but
3.
If you can get me...
There we go.
Yeah,
Nothing.
blanks. Yeah.
So then I'm going to do... I've either got range 2 obstructed, or I've got a range 2. Math says do the range 2, but I've done 2 damage to the other one.
From which guy?
We're looking at 5s.
So five doesn't have a shot on Clyde. He is out.
Oh,
so
he doesn't?
Just the range 2.
Okay, so range 2 shot then. And I will spend that focus for 1 hit.
Why not? I do dodge it though. Okay.
Because it might have made you spend your focus.
Exactly. Right then, so Inky is going to start us off by attempting to murder number 1 ASAP.
Yep.
So 4 dice. Oh my! So yeah, as Phil was saying at the start, sometimes our Vassal games do this.
I spend the evade. I take 2. So let's just deal out the cards.
Yep.
1, 2, and goes boom.
Still goes poof. Okay. And then moving on to... We're going to see if Pinky has a shot at range 1. He does have a shot at range 1.
Okay.
So he's going to take it onto number 3, who has
Yep.
lost a shield. So let's try that. 4 dice. Spend the focus. That's nasty. Hey, dodges everything.
Spend my focus.
Yep. So he's nice and safe.
That is easiest decision of the day.
Yep. So my focus is gone. Your focus is gone. This focus is gone. And last one then, Clyde range 1 into into Explodey.
Yep.
Clyde says, "I would like revenge, please."
Explodey will take a shield.
Okay, so Explodey has taken 1.
Takes a shield.
Lovely.
Again, in your favour there, but let's see what happens. Okay, so clearing off crap that doesn't need to be there.
Yep. But you did halve a fang, so that's...
So I'm still losing.
You are still losing, but 22 to 33, it's still fairly close. And fangs can blank, and they do blank.
We'll believe it when we see it. They're not blanking at the moment.
They are not blanking at the moment, no.
Okay, so I can get rid of number 1's dial because I don't need to worry about that. So this is 2.
Yeah, so I feel like I've achieved what I wanted to achieve, where we've got into a dogfighting situation where your numbers don't matter as much.
Yeah. No, that was a good turn of flying. It was potentially quite problematic.
Yeah, I could have... If I'd have made a couple of wrong guesses there, I would have been absolutely nuked. And that was just one of those 50-50 turns where we both had to guess where the other was going. I just got lucky with... It was basically with Clyde, because that was the one that you collapsed into. He did take 2, but he had a focus, so...
And they all did things to get themselves stretched last turn. So... we've done this one.
I'm not going to be in Aldershot tomorrow, sorry Nick. I am spending the day with most of it with Kate, and then some of it at Jasper's leaving party, because Mr. Hills is no longer going to be with us. He's going to
Sweden.
the Swedish lands.
Yeah.
Sad times.
Because Brexit is dumb.
Yep, there we go. We got to the B word. It was going to happen at some point.
And number 3, I need to do...
Tough decisions here. I think we'll run with that. There we go. Let's see what happens. Right.
Yeah, so where I had quite a strong position previous turn, I do not have one this turn.
No, I'm not gonna be staying out for too long. We're watching the Bright Marathon Sunday. It'll be nice.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll miss
You all
Vesper
set?
too. He'll still be around though. Yep, good to go.
Okay, so we're going to go 6 first. R2, rotate arc,
Yep.
and do a boost.
Whee. Yeah, just getting ready for coming in next turn, basically.
Yeah, basically, it's because next turn, Fenn's probably coming back in. I want to give Fenn options.
Yep.
Or
well,
things to think about.
things to be concerned about.
Speaking of which, let's do number 2 at the top first.
Mhm.
Next, Control S. I am going to sit there with a focus.
Seems sensible. Almost as if a Fen could come zooming into your airspace.
If Fenn decides to come across the table, then that is all good. Why can I not drag a focus token? Let me drag a focus token to him. Ollie, it's not letting me drag a focus token.
I'll get one for you. There you go.
In fact, I'm not able to drag anything. Oh, there we go. I was able to drag that. That goes back there. This one is done. Then we're going to do Explodey.
Explodey.
Who will just Control S.
Aww. Yep, Nick, well, he was originally going to be coming back. It depends, because Nick is in the Singaporean army, I think, at the moment, or the Air Force. So he's actually flying things. So I'm hopefully Nick is going to come back.
Control S.
We'll see.
And I am here going to roll and move my arc forward. So barrel roll right as backwards as possible, please.
Yep.
Yeah, that rule has made things an awful lot easier for the guys on Vassal not having to drag the barrel rolls around.
Oh, it really has.
Because it's like, oh, look, you've got front, middle, back. We can deal with that.
Yep. As opposed to, the old times before they had automatic barrel rolls. Oh
well,
my
it
God.
still doesn't work on the Star Viper, which is a pain.
Nope. Muon's getting there, though. I think he's got automatics now. It's just to the middle every time.
Cool. Right, there we go.
Right. So, who are we going to go first? We are going to go with... Let's go with Pinky. Let's get him out of the way. I think this is the honourable joust time. Hi there.
Ooh. Straight for the 4K.
Yeah, I'm not unhappy with that. This is also honourable joust time. Hi there.
That one favours you because you have passive mods.
But you have crack shot.
This is true.
And
If it's enough. It's close.
kind of honourable, maybe.
Slightly dishonourable.
Slightly dishonourable.
Can I have crack shot out the rear?
Maybe, we'll see. Right, that one.
And
that
Fen.
one. Fen is shockingly going to do one of those. He's not going to boost because otherwise he gets into your crack shot areas. However,
and, also loses the debris as cover.
He does. He likes the debris as cover. It's whether or not I barrel roll. Because if I barrel roll, then I get an unobstructed shot onto the one that Pinky is shooting.
Yeah.
That's an advantage, obviously. The disadvantage of that is that I stress myself out and leave myself less options. And also I get annoyingly close to this annoying furball down here, whatever he is.
6.
Number 6, who is coming in closer. But I think I like the options it gives me for next turn, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna roll.
Right.
And I'm gonna roll backwards and take a focus and a stress. Lovely.
Cool.
So Fen goes first.
Fen goes first, range 3.
Yep.
Try and burn my focus.
Now
basically.
I cannot, because I've just rolled into someone's arc, I cannot risk spending my focus, so no damage at all.
Cool.
Over to you.
So we'll do check the top first. Range 3 at Fen obstructed.
Pew,
so
pew, pew, pew.
2 plays 5.
Oh God.
There we go.
I'm concerned.
I'm not.
Oh no.
I'm just really
No.
not concerned at all in any way, shape, or form. So let's do the. Let's start on the left. Let's do 3s.
Yep.
So 3 versus 4. No, 3 versus 3.
3 versus 3. Not everyone's Fen.
I just can't spend the focus.
You cannot spend the focus. So I roll 3
If-
and I say...
If it got me... nothing.
Oh no,
You don't get...
I don't get the free one.
No.
Sorry, I forgot. It's not an honourable joust, so therefore I don't get free evades.
Then we'll do the honourable one here.
Yep.
Which is in bullseye.
It is in bullseye.
It is. So 3v3, I have no mods.
The most honourable of jousts.
1 hit.
So I need a squiggle. Oh. I'm going to force you to spend your crack shot.
Yeah, crack shot.
Okay. Oh, actually, this is Clyde. No, I'm
Oh,
going
no, you've got Conquer of Dawn, so actually, no, I'm not going to spend crack shot because...
No, because I have to do it first and then you do it.
So are you going to modify that dice?
I am going to, because I only have 2 health remaining. If it was a full health Fang, I wouldn't, but I'm going to.
I am not spending my crack shot because it does nothing.
Exactly.
And then we've got 3 versus 3 with I have a focus.
Yep.
And Explodey has spent, so she's not doing any fun things. Hit crit.
Okay, 3 dice.
And
Oh, boy. That's a crit.
So crit goes through.
Crit says... oh, man, blinded. Well, it doesn't matter for this turn.
No.
But it will matter later. So, I should also put the appropriate number of damage cards on things as well. That's important. Right, let's update that. So that is a blinded pilot, which is sad. Blinded. Okay.
It'd be funny if you had Fearless.
Oh, God.
I'd have been quite happy.
Okay,
so
and...
4v3.
Right,
where
are we going to
start? Is that all mine done? Yeah, 1,
I think
2,
that's all
3.
yours
All
done.
done.
So we'll start off with this one.
Yep.
Actually, no. We'll start off with the one that nothing else can be shot by.
Yep.
So 4 dice for 2 hits and a crit.
Spend the focus.
Oh God. Yeah. So then we'll go to yellow.
And that's why you don't spend focuses on attack.
Right. So looking at damage things here, number 3 has taken a shield already.
Yeah.
And number 5 hasn't. So I'm actually going to shoot number 3 at range 1.
Yep.
4 dice.
Yep.
2 hits.
Go through. So that's number 3.
Yep.
Last shield and a damage card.
Yep. So.
And then the honourable joust.
The honourable joust.
With the blinded pilot.
Yep. Oh, I'm tempted to go for 3 again. No, I'm not. I'm going to go for range 1. Okay, range 1 says...
If you had the focus,
hit crit.
3.
Oh yeah, I would have done.
Roll 3. Takes a shield.
Takes a shield, so Sylvia takes her last shield.
Her last shield is gone. It's not looking very good for the A-Wings.
It's not looking ideal. It is 67 to 22 at this point.
Yeah. So, dials.
Dials indeed. Let's see what happens. Yeah, there's a few options here, but I'm not sure if any of them are good.
This is where my rear arc suddenly comes into play.
It is. That's the nice thing. The Fangs love jousting, but the A-Wings don't mind going over the top of things. So that's going to go there. Okay. Yeah, this is where you do see the disadvantage of... it used to be very, very nice to have... where are my words? What am I trying to say? The crack shot working the old way.
Yeah. If the crack shot was working the old way, I'd have burnt the crap out of one of your ships.
Oh yeah, I'd be roasted. It does make it interesting, but yeah. So Sylvia has... Again, Fen is in a pickle. This is the issue with the A-Wings. There's just so many of them. There is quite a lot of them.
Then 5s.
So one of those, one of those, one of those. And I have no idea on Fen. We don't know where he's going. We have
Cool.
no idea.
I am all set when you are, buddy.
Well, what Nick is saying is, do you just try and get out of there with Fen with 3 A-Wings bearing in? It depends on what range.
But where does Fen go?
Where does Fen go? I mean, whichever way he turns, he can get blocked. So, take a guess. Try and end up at range 1? Because Phil's sensible. Phil's going to try and get me at range 2. There's no way he's engaging at range 1 of the scary man. However, if he does engage at range 2, that means that Fen can dodge one way or the other. He doesn't get blocked. So he's actually got... It's the 50-50 choice again. He's got to decide which way to go. Which makes life all the more interesting. It really does. Right. So...
Let's move that on.
Good to go.
Just fixing.
Well, the problem is that I can't have a discussion about this yet, Nick, because then Phil knows exactly where I'm going and I get blocked and die. Okay, good to go.
I'm just working out this one.
Feel free.
I think that is correct. Right. Okay.
Ready when you are.
I had to zoom in proper hard. I don't think this guy is hitting a debris.
Mm-hmm.
But like zoomed in, couldn't really tell. Yay!
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
And that target looks there. He is just going to take a focus.
Yep, because you could block me, but you actually want to shoot me at this point.
Yep. Then we will do Explodey.
Mm-hmm.
Who will just jump over the top.
Hi there.
And she will take a focus. Because it's the right thing to do.
Yep.
Then 6.
Yeah, the thing is, you learn. So, Nick is saying that you should I should just basically try and bluff where I'm going. The problem is that 1, I'm really bad at doing that, and 2, if you've played Tournament before, you know you just ignore him. You do not listen to anything that man says while he's playing a game of X-Wing. Lovely guy. Don't listen to him playing X-Wing.
Okay,
Right.
so that's that one.
Yep. Same thing with Ashok Hemmings. If you play Ashok, just turn off your ears for the entire game.
Ignore the talking shit.
Yep. Good to go?
Nope, still got 2 more to do.
Oh, Jesus. Why are there so many? Why are they all pointed at Fen?
And I'm going to boost focus, or focus boost.
Shocking behaviour. Yep.
Now, 3s, I was going, he's not in a happy spot. But, conveniently, he's not stressed.
Nope.
So, going to do a hard one that way.
Ah, nice.
And he is going to... I can't focus barrel roll, which is what I really want to do.
You can barrel roll, but yeah, you can't focus.
Well, so basically my thinking here is if Inky's done a hard 2,
Mm-hmm.
Inky's not shooting me. I'm pretty sure Inky's not shooting me whatever, because the only thing that lets you shoot me is a 2 forward, and you wouldn't be doing a 2 forward. My concern is that you've done a 2 bank with Clyde, but there's not a lot I can do about that, and barrel rolling doesn't help. Boosting just puts me in Inky's arc if I do. So I'm just going to take the focus and remain unstressed.
Makes sense. Okay.
So I've got a stress token on there. Cool, done. My dials are out the way.
Lovely. So let's go with Pinky first.
Yep.
Pinky didn't know where he was going to be blocked, so he did that, which made sense. Then he is going to do a boost and a focus, ready for next turn. There we go, Vassal catches up with me, so we'll pop a focus, and he's already got a stress token on him there. Clyde will, again, didn't want to get blocked, so just go there and he'll boost around the corner, get to range 3, take a focus and a stress. Annoyingly, I went the wrong way. and I'm in the rear arc. So again, boost and focus, get to range 2, so I don't get shot by 3 dice without the rear arc, without the front arc bonuses, because you've got to remember that Fangs don't get that range 1 bonus out the back.
And which option did Fen go for?
Fen went for a hard 2 to the left.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's a question. Because I'm going to zoom in here so that everyone can see, because that barrel roll is really close, and I think I'm going to have to do it. So I can roll out of 2 arcs here. I do get shot at range 2 by 2 things, but if I go this way, boop, there we go, sneaky bugger.
Let's move that.
So he
And
goes
I'm assuming
there.
you're taking a focus and being stressed.
Oh my god, yes! So yeah, he does that. So he is getting shot at range 2 by 2 A-Wings, which
but
means
he gets to put 5 dice into something first.
he does indeed. And I think 6 is the one that's entirely healthy. Yep. So I'm probably not.
I really like this list, Ollie.
It's really
These
good.
A-Wings are a lot of fun.
Why did Pinky take the focus? Pinky took the focus just in case, because there is number 3 over there that could shoot him, and with Fangs, if they don't have mods, they do get shot by things. So a hard 2 next turn doesn't really matter.
I think you're out of range 3, but
Yeah,
you know, it's
just,
one of those
in case.
better safe than sorry, because you know, if you didn't take the focus, I'd hit you with 2 crits and then you'd roll all focuses.
Exactly.
Because that's how Vassal works.
That's how dice work in general. Yeah. If you complain about your dice, make sure they're modded before you're allowed to complain. If you complain about unmodded dice, that's your fault. You can do something about that. Of
So
course,
Fen, 5 dice.
complain about them anyway. Right, yeah, 5 dice. 5v3 at number 6. I'm not spending the focus. Carry on. Don't get greedy.
Yeah.
Yep, because I would have done a single damage, not got anything for it, and Fen might have died.
So nothing there.
Nothing there.
No. So I'm going to start with the boring end of things here.
Mm-hmm.
Rear arc.
Rear arc,
That's
range 2.
Range 2. So 2v3.
Yep. Ooh, hello.
That'll do.
That will do indeed. Oh boy.
That will definitely do.
This is why we take focus tokens. So I lose a hull. So Inky is down a hull as well. So, yep, everyone is damaged. But you're doing a really good job of splitting your firepower here. Alt F.
Alt F. Okay. And then range 2. So roll 2.
Mm-hmm.
2 more hits.
Oh boy. Whew. Okay. I dodged the correct shot.
Yeah, and then
also
last
range
one.
2. Yeah.
This is. Let's just quickly check this though.
Ooh, Control X. Not in bullseye.
Not in.
Close.
So roll 2. Spend the focus.
Also 2. Oh, damn it! That's a half health vent. That's not good.
That's big on points.
That is big on points. That is 32 points, I believe. No, 34 points. Right, let's see what happens there. So that means it's 56 to 67 with 5 minutes 45 remaining.
Really?
Isn't this interesting? We have been talking about this though, so maybe we'd have a bit more time.
I think, and also the fact that I have literally had to redo so many moves.
So many things.
Might have a.
That is actually dials. I don't have any other things to do here.
You don't. It's true. So that was my turn. That was a better turn for me.
That was a better turn for you.
Could have done with Fen taking another hit, but
yeah, it's fairly average.
So Threes is doing that. Explodey is going to do one of those.
One of those. One of these. One of those.
So let's put the dials down as I do them, otherwise I get confused.
Makes an awful lot of sense.
I like this list, it's really good fun.
It seems really, really good fun.
So 1, 2... So 5... 6 is doing that. And No, sixes is not doing that.
Possibly.
There.
Okay.
Explodey and 22 is doing that.
Is there a shortcut to make clear up and focus and evade? There is if you're using the shortcuts on the side of the ships. So a lot of the time you'll see me have a little focus and a little evade on the side. So if I just trigger this now on Fen, you can see there's a little focus that pops up next to a ship. Then I can hit at the top. You can't see it, but just above the map there is a reset actions button, which takes all of those off at once.
But it's a lot clearer.
It is a lot clearer for your opponent. When you're playing against someone who's used Vassal a lot, especially a lot of the older people, you will see them use the shortcuts on the sides a lot more often, because it used to be that things didn't get spawned with tokens. Also, anyway, it's a lot easier to see on a dark map. Okay, go for you.
Your Fangs are probably not going to have a hugely impactful turn for the generics, so my game plan here is try and get guns on Fen.
Yeah, makes sense.
So Explodey is going to do that. She is going to take a focus.
Yep.
So if you're doing if you're coming to the left to dodge a fight, she's in the way.
Makes sense.
Then fives, no, sixes. Sixes, because that would be a really good name.
Two forward,
sixes is going to be
arc.
very simple. 2 forwards, rear arc.
Yeah.
And a focus.
Yeah.
So Alt M, and a focus and a stress. So let's clear that one out of the way. Then we're coming in with threes. Who is going to go there?
Yeah. Shocking.
Is going to rotate the arc.
Yeah.
And then do the boost.
Yeah.
If I can select the ship. It's got to be a straight boost because a bank boost is not great.
Yeah.
But that's potentially... I mean, I know it's naked dice, but I'd still rather be throwing dice at you than not.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then fives is going to go there. Clears the stress. So if you do the hard 2 to the left, I am currently sitting right on top of your hard 2 to the left. I also don't like that debris layer, so I'm going to barrel roll left as backwards as possible.
Makes sense.
Which works for me. I'm not going to do anything else.
Move your other ship.
It's just... Yep, and then the last one...
Yeah, I thought you said you weren't going to do anything else for everything.
There,
nice.
And a focus.
Makes a lot of sense.
So what I've given myself is lots of defined firing arcs with potential blocking.
Yep. Makes total sense.
Because at the moment I need an actionless Fen is my dream.
You do indeed. You need to block him. So let's go for stuff and things. So obvious move is obvious.
Hard to boost focus.
Boost focus. Just getting as many shots as possible. That should hopefully be range 1. Same thing for everyone on the board is doing the same move. Isn't that nice?
Hard to boost focus.
Yep. I think we curvy boost here. How much health is number 2 on? I think number 2's taken... Okay, so he's shieldless. So I feel like we just put as much damage into this guy as possible.
No, number 2's got a shield left.
Yeah, sorry. So there we go. Do the... When it catches up with me, do the boosty thing, take a focus. May have made a mistake here. Ooh, we'll have to see. We'll work that one out later. And then this guy has done the same thing. Round he goes. Nice. Doesn't hit anything. Straight boost in the focus.
Yep.
So I'm just to show you, we can do this on the side of the ship as well. So we'll take a focus. We'll take a stress. Damn it. There we go.
It's just a lot less clear.
Focus stress and focus stress. And then we'll see whether or not Fen's hard 2 fits, which I think it does. Yes!
Yeah, it does.
Now, here's a question. I'm boosting here. I think I'm going to boost straight forwards with a focus and try and kill this A-Wing on 1 health.
Yep, it clears an arc and it does good things.
Yeah, and it puts me in range 3 of 6s as well. So let's see what we got. Now, the Fangs, the basic Fangs job here is to do two things.
As much damage as possible.
It's as much damage, but also, because you shoot first, it's whether or not you spend the focus on number 2. Because with 3 health left, if you spend the focus, you might just die. Yeah. Okay, Fen. Now, the only reason I spend this focus is if I get 3 hits. Oh, jeez. Okay, now I'm going to count some points. So, timer's out. So technically, this is going to be the last round.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on 67 points, and this is what I would do in a tournament as well. So for those of you that are getting used to going to tournaments, etc., this is what you need to do on the last turn when you know you've got as much time as possible. These A-wings are 33 points. So rounding up, that means I get 17 for each one I kill. So that is 74, 84 points. Fen is 34. So if I lose Fen, I get up to 60 plus 30, that's 90 points. So what I have to do this turn is I have to make a decision. I have to say, right, can I kill 2 A-wings? Because Fen is the only thing getting shot here.
Yeah.
If I spend the focus, I might lose Fen. If I keep the focus, I might lose Fen anyway. I'm getting shot 3 times, range 3 with no mods, range 3 with mod, range 2 with mod. 50-50 chance whether I die without a focus, maybe a bit larger than 50-50. It's looking about 25% chance of dying with a focus. Spending the focus here for 3 hits means there's a very good chance of me killing this A-wing unless Phil gets 3 natural evades, which is possible.
And there's two less shots coming in.
Exactly. And then with 3 Fangs shooting things, all I have to do is I need to halve that A-wing, which means 1 shield with 2 good shots on him. So I think I'm going to take the chance. I'm going to spend the focus, take the mathematical odds, and say I think I can halve that A-wing even if Fen dies. There we go. So I've killed the A.
2. So number 1, no, that's number 3. That is gone.
Number 3, yep, he dies.
2 damage cards. 1.
Yeah.
2.
Also, it's worth noting it's really hard to keep track of points like this during the game. So on the last turn, it's normally worth checking. Looking at points values and checking
There
things.
is nothing wrong with asking your opponent how many points is that ship worth.
Exactly. If you know that you've got as much time in the world, you might as well add up points before you make decisions. Because
we were talking about this on the podcast the other day. It's something that I've started to... I'd never used to do it in 1.0. In 1.0, I went, I'm just going to try and kill everything you have. 2.0 doesn't allow you to do that. You can't get the consistency of damage that you got.
Yeah.
And everything is half pointed.
Yeah, you have to make sure that you're killing the right thing first. So, like as Phil was doing here, he was going, right, if I kill Fen, I can win this game because he's worth the most points.
Yeah. So here we go, 2 dice from... This is the rear arc for range 3.
Yep.
And I will spend my focus because you have better things to shoot.
Right, so I have 4 dice.
Yeah.
I take 1.
So you're down to 1?
I'm down to 1 hull remaining.
So now we go for the range 2 shot.
Yep.
So I roll 2 dice.
2 hits. So I need to get 2 natural evades out of 3, which is unlikely. I forgot something. Yep, dead Fen.
Shot.
Yep, 3 anyway. The thing I forgot is that Pinky still has a blinded pilot, which I forgot to clear.
Which could be quite big.
That could be quite big, as he's the only one with a range 1 shot and a focus.
Yeah.
Right. So, let's do this in the order of least importance.
So crack shot. I just spent crack shot on number 22 just because.
Just because. So, what I should have done, being the last turn of the game, what I should have done is I should have boosted yellow forward straight at the asteroid to make sure I got a shot at the one that I needed to hurt.
I mean, there is a mathematical chance that you can still do 3 damage to an A-wing at range 3.
There is.
It's not it's a less good mathematical chance. Like with perfect dice and me having bad dice, you'd expect maybe 2 shields to go.
I could, so I'm going to take the chance anyway. So 3 dice. I do 2. If you don't get any squiggles, then I could half this guy.
2 squiggles.
Okay, so he's safe. Right, now the important ones. Range 2 into number 2.
Yep.
3 hits, that's a big deal. And there we go.
That is 1 shield.
That is 1 shield, which is enough to half points him, and that means 100 points to me and 90 points to Phil. Let's see if I can finish the job. 2 hits.
1.
And so that would have done it as well. So he is on 1 hull remaining. So, and this will be a very interesting game to play out here. So 3 hull, 2 hull, 3 hull, 1 hull remaining on that guy.
Yeah, I still have several unspent crack shots.
Yeah, you have 2 full health A-wings. 2 wouldn't have spent his crack shot because he didn't need to. So yeah, it's only Explodey that spent the crack shot. So yeah, this is a very interesting game. 4 A-wings against 3 fangs. If this carried on for a few more turns, then yeah.
Looking at where we are, I would fancy the blocks coming in, because 2 can do a hard 2 and a roll and block, possibly both fangs on the left-hand side. Then 6 can do a hard 2 and a boost and potentially get in the way of the other one.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got 2 fangs who've got rear arcs who can literally just go, well, I'll just go 2 forward focus.
Yeah, exactly. So
because I'm not stressed, I could sleep and bring myself back in for next turn.
Yeah, absolutely. What I would do here is I would do a pair of 3 forwards from the front ones, just trying to dodge the blocks. And then 2 would come in nice and slow and hopefully nail the 1 health yellow.
But that was a really fun game.
That was a really fun game. And I think we've showed as well that the A-Wings definitely have the pace. As long as you're willing to wait for their dice to come up, then yeah, they're good.
I think... So, Heroic would never have triggered.
No.
Not once in that, which is what the math says, basically.
Yeah.
Is that Heroic is shit on A-Wings.
It's about 20 dice.
Yeah, it's crazy bad. Trick shot would be the ideal, but you can't put trick shot on all of them.
Not enough points. Do you think it's worth losing 2 cracks for trick?
Well, potentially, yes. Because I think having the trick shot going through the debris there might have tilted the odds one way or another.
Yeah.
Because red dice with a focus and trick shot is better than green dice with a focus and trick shot.
It's nice.
Because the extra dice makes a difference.
Yeah, it does.
So, but what that does is that means that 2 of them become definite. These guys are just blockers.
They really are. Yeah.
Like their job is blocking, and it puts a big target on the other ones all over. But So something I've said about 2.0 a lot is that I think anything that's a bullseye arc is a trap. Most bullseye arcs are traps.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing against big ships a lot. Bullseye arcs require... I mean, someone like Cynthia can get away with it because he's got a double trigger on it.
The only people that I would say, the 2 pilots that I would take crackshot on are Sunterfell and Poe.
Yep.
Because they have double reposition at 6.
Yeah.
And Anakin when he comes out, but he's not going to get it.
If you're looking at Poe, I would go... if you want to running I still don't think... Like, with Poe, Predator's still better. Marksmanship's still better.
Yeah, there are better options. I think trick shot on Poe is really strong, actually.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been loving Heroic on Poe a lot, but just because on a T70 it's roughly once every 6 green dice rolls, you should mathematically trigger things. Obviously, we know the math doesn't carry over to real life, but you've got to base your list building on something. You can't base it on happenstance. Maths is better than
it is.
Well, I heard this thing once that this happens.
And I really, really like Poe as well, because back when in the days of 1.0 when we were flying Poe and Dash, when I went to a tournament, the game that I lost was inevitably those 1 or 2 turns when Poe blanked out. And yes, I'd put him in a bad position for him to blank out, but the reason I lost is because I rolled those 2 blanks at range 1, even if I had an evade, and he just took way too much damage. If you could have a EPT that said, okay, you just get to reroll this dice.
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine Heroic and auto thrusters?
Oh my god.
That would be so good. What I want to try in Extended, I want to try Debris Gambit Poe.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
So I'm going to park next to this asteroid and I'm going to focus evade.
Focus evade Poe. Welcome back to 1.0.
if you really want to stuff people over with it, you can just go, and I'm going to take a stealth device, because suddenly I think that's one of the few places that a stealth device might be worth taking.
If you remember how good Suntir was with focus evade and 3 evade dice. Yep.
Yeah, but he had auto thrusters as well.
He did, but I mean, it's still pretty good.
You're looking at going, statistically speaking, I'm dodging 3 things a turn until I lose my stealth device, and then I'm dodging 2 things a turn.
Yeah.
It's the whole lesson of don't get greedy. You can't spend those tokens if you're getting shot.
Yeah, I mean, you guys saw what happened when Fen did spend his focus. The reason I did was because it's the last turn of the game.
Yeah, and you were in a position where you could bring 2 ships to bear on a weakened ship.
Yeah.
If that ship had been on on full health, you would not have done that.
Oh no, I would have done the 3 forward boost and focus with Fen.
And preserve the points as best you can.
Yep, and just gone, well, I'm up on points, I have to make sure I don't lose my ship here. Going to just the chat quickly, you can't fit Heroic because Debris Gambit is an EPT, so it is a talent, so you'd have to go with Debris over Heroic. But you get the evade, so yeah.
So you've got 3 things to look at there. You've got Heroic, Elusive, and Debris Gambit. So Heroic, we've done the maths on. Ian Courtney did a really good article on the Zombie Squadron blog the other day. If you like your maths, go and read it, about the differences between Elusive and Heroic. And basically his conclusion is there is no difference apart from Name Num.
Yeah,
because
Name Num is amazing.
Name does so many reds, Elusive will trigger all the time. He will get it back all the time and not get stressed for it. On the other 2, Heroic is probably better. He and I have talked about it a lot when he was in the process of writing the blog, because obviously it's the thing that I've talked about in mine. Debris Gambit, the reason it's more points is because it's a guaranteed evade. and it's like anything that's guaranteed is really, really good.
Yep.
It's like I can roll whatever. I can roll 2 focuses, I've got an evade. I can roll 2 blanks, I've got an evade.
It's pretty tasty.
That's kind of it's why they're 1, 3, and 5 points respectively, I think, because Heroic is purely down to the dice. Like I played a game against when I was playing, I think it was Phil Pond over in Bournemouth last weekend, and I rolled Heroic and I got 2 blanks, so I went Heroic and 2 blanks, and just for the hell of it I went Heroic and rolled 2 blanks, and then went, well, let's just try one more time, Heroic, 2 more blanks. So maths and dice screw you, but like I said earlier, it's the only thing you've got to base a list on if you're looking at trying to build a list like that.
Yeah, and a lot of the top players, when they're looking at list building, because a lot of players will just steal a list, but those are the people that are good at list building will usually start from a point of, okay, what has the most actions that I can take? What's the most mathematically efficient? So for example, for these fangs, I looked and went, okay, what's the best way of beating a swarm? Well, if I end up at range 1 of them, I get a free evade in every single ship. And
I'm rolling more red dice than them.
Exactly.
And more red dice is better. They might have Howl Runner, and also with 3 1s, you've got a very good chance of blocking the swarm.
You do, especially as a lot of people are taking the Inferno Swarm these days.
Yeah, which is all higher pilot skill. So you just go, cool, I'm going to plough these 3 fangs straight into your face.
Or barrel roll boost A-Wing. Chuck your sacrificial A-Wing into the front of the swarm. Everyone else is sitting behind it going, I've got focuses.
Cause a traffic jam, and bang. I think off this game, I'm not going to be buying 6 A-Wings.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
It's super fun. Like, I really enjoyed that game. I enjoyed flying it. As anyone who knows me knows, me flying more than 3 ships is very unusual. Which is why there was quite a lot of me going, really? Does that work? But I don't think it's a bad list.
I would like to try, and what someone's just said in the chat that 5 is really fun because you can get the slightly higher initiatives with more toys, but I would also really like to try 4 of them at initiative 1 and Poe.
Yes,
because that fits.
The 5 with toys is interesting because I would still take the initiative 1 ones.
Yeah,
but the toys that you can take on them. So when 2 first came out and we didn't know about the A2s, we only knew about the A1s.
Yeah,
you and I talked with my friend Connor about what happens if you take 5 A-wings with cluster missiles.
Oh yeah, that one.
Because it's like, no, it's 6 A-wings with cluster missiles,
Yeah,
isn't
you
it?
can
Yeah,
fit
because they're
6
cheaper.
because
Yeah,
the
because
ones are cheaper.
Because screw it, I'm just going to play for variance.
Yeah, eventually.
Like literally, I am playing for variance. I'm going to go into your face, 5 forward, take a lock, and I'm going to boost, and I'm going to sit there. And if you park at range 2 of me with anything, I'm potentially throwing a million dice into it.
It's quite a lot of dice. Like if you guys are scared of the Y-wing double tap, imagine something that isn't an ion but does 6 dice per turn.
3 dice. But
Yeah.
the fact that you can have 6 of them.
Yeah, 30. That's 36 dice if you get them all off on
Yeah.
the same thing. I mean, whoever does that deserves a medal. But
Yeah.
36 red dice.
Yeah, I mean, I've got the models to do it. I just don't want to buy another 2 Rebel conversion packs.
No, and that's the thing.
But I think that list would be really good fun. And I would love to fly that into a Swarm. And the Swarm goes, well, we've got Hal Runner. And you go, really? How does Iden feel about 36 red dice?
Yeah, how long have
Iden.
you got Hal Runner for?
Which one of these are you going to cancel?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
The difficulty with it is what does it do when it runs into aces? Because the aces just go, we're not a range 1 of each other. But then still, that said, you're making your 2 dice attack a 3 dice attack.
And this is why I really like the idea of the 6 of them with homing missiles.
Yeah.
Because
what you can do, I mean, home missiles have gone up, but
yeah, you can still fit it though.
Yeah, but you can do 4. You can do the 4 named resistance ones with targeting synchronizers and homing missiles.
Oh, jeez.
So this one takes a lock on you, and I'm just going to cascade my initiative down with swarm leader.
Yeah.
No, swarm tactics at initiative 5. I'm going to do a cascade, and I'm going to shoot you with 4 homing missiles from this one target lock.
Yep.
Would you like me to roll 4 dice, or would you like to just take a point of damage? The difficulty is they're still A-wings, and they can still just go pop.
Yeah, they can. And if you imagine you come up against the bomber or the Y-wing list, that just says, "I'll take 4 damage, please." It's great versus aces.
Well, the problem with 4 homing missiles is you can only do 8 damage, and so the bomber just goes, "Oh, okay. Now you have to shoot me, and I've got all my defensive mods. But by the way, I'm firing 5 dice at you a turn." Venny is super strong.
Venny's really good. For
Venny,
those of you that haven't tried him, like, I know that Finch is better, but
No,
Venny doesn't die.
Finch is not better than Venny.
Well, he's better at doing damage, but Venny doesn't die.
But you don't. But Venny wins games. Finch doesn't.
Yeah.
So like you got to go back to Paul Heaver's argument like years and years and years ago. Is the first thing I do when I write a list is I make sure it doesn't die easily.
Yep.
And a 108-point bomber who has guaranteed 1 agility but 3 evades every turn is super strong.
Yep. For those of you that still remember Fat Han, the old original Fat Han, yeah, a ship that can just automatically get 3 evades a turn is just nonsense.
Yeah. And you can't spend your tokens when you're shooting him because you know you're taking 5 dice back.
Yep, exactly. Oh, question for you then, Phil. This one's from Charles. Are aces good against Venny?
So I've only had the one game against Venny, which was against Dom last week, who had Venny. It's the stand. I think it's what is a standard list now: Venny, Lulo, and Bastion. It was incredibly close. I mean, we all know that games will sometimes have a dice roll that swings here. When Dom rolled 4 dice from Lulo into Poe, without spending any mods, and did 3 shields and a crit on a heroic Poe.
Oh
God. That's kind of a good. They can do it. The difficulty is, so you've got 2 options. You either go for Venny first.
Yep, and just get them off the board.
If you do, you are banging your head against the brick wall for ages.
But you can do it.
You can do it. Or you kill the easy things to kill. So killing Lulo is really strong because it gets rid of another mobile firing arc, which means that's 1 less option for Venny getting the extra evade.
Yeah.
Because a good Venny player will have 3 different arcs covered where Veni is generating an extra focus result on defense.
Yeah, and it's interesting. So I'm going to attempt to say this name. Aponigricon is just saying that aces are probably worse against Veni because they don't have enough shots to do damage.
Yeah, that's the issue that I found. So in the end, I got to the end game with a pretty healthy Elo and a limping Nine, whatever. I got to the end game, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to have enough turns bringing both guns to bear. I think if you've got two T70s hunting down Veni, you've got it, because you can sit at range 2, because you just go one forward, focus, shoot.
Yeah.
Or one bank, focus, shoot. You can sit at range 2 or 3 and just plink, plink, plink away, and not really risk taking anything in return. But when you've only got one, your only way of pushing damage through is to get close to him, and that's what he wants you to do.
It is. I mean, would you just take? So, say for example, you did kill the other ships first. Could you just run away from him for half an hour? You
can run away from him, but he's got to be half pointed.
How many points is he? Like 100 and something?
He's 106.
106.
In Dom's version, he's 106.
Oh, that's quite a lot. Yeah, it depends how much damage you take.
So that is 1.5 T70s.
Yeah.
That's quite a lot. And a list that I think could do Veni's in rapidly would be 3 T70s with heavy laser cannon, 4 T70s with heavy laser cannons.
Oh, that one. Yeah, that's a fun one.
That'll do him, but I don't think it'll do anything else.
Yeah, it won't. I think... So this is the interesting thing, because I haven't played against the Veni list yet. And I feel like with my 4 Fangs, I have enough damage output, even with the trajectory simulator being annoying, I have enough damage output to just go, right, get off my board.
So the combos... So I was talking... Julian Hood was at Bomb as well, and when we were looking at it, I was like, I want you to play it. And he was like, oh, I want you to play it, because neither of us really want to play it. But he had Old Terok, and he had Fen Rao.
Oh, yeah.
What that means is Veni goes, I calculate, and I get these 2 calculates.
And Terok goes, no, you don't.
And Terok goes, no, you don't. You don't. And then Fen goes, oh, and by the way, here's my 4 dice. Here's my 5 dice with Fearless and a focus.
Yeah, just jousting.
Potentially putting 9 into him in a turn. It's just about getting the angle of that joust right, so you don't take the bomb.
Yeah, and it's a big arc to sit in for Fearless.
But I mean, I think Talking Fang. I think that is Old T is the key to beating Veni.
He's very good.
Fen is the shiny one. He's the headliner. He's the glamour boy of the Fangs. But Old Terok is the workhorse.
He's very good.
In so many matchups, you and I have run Fangs a lot in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
In so many matchups that have come up in the game, the ability to strip tokens has been massively underrated by the people who make points.
Yeah. Stripping tokens is very good.
Yeah. Old Terok, or stopping him being able to take tokens. So that's the other trick with Veni, I think, is getting a good block on him.
Yeah, absolutely.
The difficulty is, what do you take on the way to getting that block is the issue.
Yeah, how much damage?
Because, if a TIE Swarm blocks him and burns it, a TIE Swarm can burn him down in a turn if he hasn't got any focus tokens.
Yeah.
But a good Veni player is not going to let that happen, because Bastion becomes the blocker.
Yeah, Bastion just sits at the front and goes, okay, so you're maybe going to burn Bastion, but you're taking proton bombs to do it.
You're taking proton bombs, and you're taking 5 dice from Veni, because he does his 2 and his 3. And you're taking 4 from Lulo, because Lulo's going to be in your flank, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very, very strong list. One of the questions that has come up on Facebook, because I wrote about the list last week quite a lot.
Yep.
How does it handle triple upslands? Because lots of people in America are running triple upslands because they think they're really good, and people in the UK aren't because we think they're really boring.
That's a good summary.
Essentially,
I say that, but we're considering running Y-wings, so are we any better?
Well, I don't know. I think at least the upslands is a one-trick pony. The Y-wings have got game against various different things. The upslands, if it doesn't work in the first turn, if you don't delete the ship you're trying to delete, you could be in trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
It's how it works. The upslands. I remember in First Dead, I played against Triple Ups and List down in Cheltenham, and Guri soloed 3 of them. Bobber went, screw it, I'll just take this into the face, and then Guri killed 3 Upsons on her own.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Admittedly, they didn't have reinforced back then, so
No.
that was the thing. But
Interesting one from what Jay has just put in as well. Going back to your HLC point, he's put HLCs on Po, Nien, and Lulo. Well, obviously not Lulo, but Po and Nien, and yeah, it's very good at burning large bases.
yes, that's the strength of the HLC, like large bases. The difficulty we're seeing in the UK meta is there is only one large base ship, and that at the moment I think is Veni.
Yeah, I've been trying to make the Falcon work, the Resistance Falcon, but it doesn't. I've tried again, and it doesn't work.
You've heard my opinions on the Falcon many times, Ollie.
Oh, I know.
I love the Falcon, and I want it to be good. I think with the point, like the list Rasta ran with Luke and Han,
I
with
think
an outrageous bid,
a 2-ship with the bid is possible, but you need the bid.
Yeah, and you also need to fly on point the entire time. 2-ship lists don't forgive mistakes. That's what Veni does do, because you've got those 2 guaranteed evades coming in, or 3 guaranteed evades.
He's good at dodging things.
He's very forgiving. You know, I lost a ship. No, you've hit me with this. I parked in front of a proton torp. I mean, Don was saying that he got shot by 2 proton torps in a turn and lost a shield.
Yep. So just in a return to Nick here, and also to Apon as well. So Nick is saying that Ray Gunner is great on a Han, and you're right, but think about the points you pay for that.
Yes, absolutely.
It's 90 something. Also looking at Apon, killing Bastion is really important when he's got M98 specifically, because if he locks you or locks Veni, then the advantage that you get from that droid is horrific.
You lock Veni all day long.
Yeah.
Like there is no other correct tactic. You lock Veni and you wreck things, and you just Bastion is there to get set on fire. But as long as Veni does enough with his big gun, or her big gun, on the way out, then it doesn't really matter.
It's a double tap and it's horrible.
Yeah, it's a difficult one because the objective of that list is that it wants Veni the last ship in the game alive.
Yeah, because you just ignore all the incoming damage.
The other stuff is so easy to kill. The other stuff is easy to kill. Lulo is easy to kill. Bastion is relatively easy to kill. He's 7 health to agility. But Veni isn't.
Yeah, I think my tactic against that is that depending on how long it takes, if you can just kill Lulo and Fen can pick on Lulo all day long. So if I came up against that, I'd pick on Bastion, I'd pick on Lulo, unless they gave me the bomber. I'd try and kill the small ships first, and then it depends on how many ships I've got left. If I've got a whole list, I will go and kill the bomber. If not, then
if you're up on points, you run away. If you're down on points, you don't have an option. You have to go for it.
Nick, you underestimate my ability to run away for half an hour before I engage. Ignoring Veni is difficult, but I can do it.
just to emphasise that point for Mr. I'm assuming that's Mr. Harris.
Yeah.
At Nerf Herder, Ollie's cut game, he didn't roll red dice for the first 40 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
He then lost it by foolishly flying onto debris, rolling a crit, and blowing up his own ship.
Yeah.
That was one where your tactic didn't work. With the Punisher Whisper list, it's a burn shit down list.
It is.
But you fly it it's not a runaway list. Those ships are not quick enough or high enough initiative to run away properly.
Yeah. Which is why I like the Fangs, because they go in, they hit stuff, they come away, they do it again.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Quad Fangs, it's being talked about a fair bit, and a lot of people said, "Oh, I really want to try it," but you're the first one to actually pick it up.
It's good. It's very good.
It handles the TIE Swarm. The fact that if you can joust Veni and you can go, cool, well, you might get 2 lots of M9G8 triggering, but I'm getting 2 lots of Concordia face-off triggering. Go on then. However, that is 7 red dice coming your way.
It is.
If you're at range 1.
It is. It's not bad. I mean, let's not talk about how I flew multiple ships off the board at the ETC. My only saving grace is that Dale flew more.
Well, Dale flew more off from winning positions.
That's totally fine. We could have 6-0 Italy.
Flying Vader off when you're doing well is fine.
Everything's fine.
But yeah, I still think... so I got a message after the after the 186 podcast this week, where very positive about Hyperspace, but I'm going, would you have been so positive after having flown against Veni? And the answer is yes, because the meta's still, I think, more diverse than Extended was. When we were playing Extended, we saw Punisher's Whisper, Bobber and Quads.
And that was it.
What else consistently? You had the 4 scum list that the guys up at Element were running.
It emerged eventually, but it took a while.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good list. I mean, the fact that list is now 240 points shows how good it was.
Yeah.
So my vindication for the 2 carts that I've lost in. So I lost at Nerf Herder and I lost in French Nats with Bobaguri. Bobaguri went up to 207 points.
Yeah.
And a lot of However, the lists I lost to, one's gone up to 239 points and one's gone up to 240 points.
Yeah.
So I think, it's like my stuff may have been broken, but their stuff was more broken.
Yeah. If you have a look at the 3 big beasties in the meta, so you had the 2 tugs, Bobber and Palob, that was 240. You had the 4 ship scum, with Cavill with Han, and that went up to 239. And then technically the Whisper version doesn't exist anymore because it's got rid of the gunner. But if you take the points, it's 236, I think.
Yeah, something big.
Yeah, and when you bear in mind that list, the one with the 2 Punishers and Whisper, it had a 7-point bid anyway, and it still went up to 236.
Yeah, it's super strong.
Yeah.
But like that's why I think the rebalancing of points I did was really good.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
I'm pleased with how it's gone. I'm pleased with how it's worked out. And I do think that, I mean, the answer to Veni is to take away a gunner slot so he can't both have the double tap and ray.
Yeah, I like that. That's sensible.
That's fine. We're probably not going to see anything for 6 months anyway. It still hasn't won anything big. It's doing well locally.
I think Veni is manageable. If he starts getting really good, the meta will shift to counter him, and that's fine because you'll see more rebels, and that's a good thing, I think.
You'll also see if Veni becomes a thing, I will put 4 T-70s with HLCs on the table.
Yeah, exactly.
And you'll see. Cool. You can evade 3 of these guaranteed.
Yeah.
Take another 12.
Yeah. Something that we haven't mentioned, and McPolly was just saying, apart from the fact that Nick thinks Veni is costed appropriately, which I think he's right about.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Veni is costed appropriately, but shouldn't have a second gunner slot.
Yeah, agreed. But yeah, what they were saying is that Rebels are now playable again, and I think that is directly linked to Leia.
Yes, Leia going down to 2 points, 75% point reduction. It's that whole thing. There's certain things. Rebels have not ever really been a decent aces list. Like, I know Bartos is doing very well on the Vassal League at the moment with it, but it takes an exceptional player to make Rebel aces.
Luke and Wedge, 2 X-Wings
with a 16-point bid.
God, yeah.
But it takes an exceptional player, and this is a guy who's won system opens and stuff. So, to make that work, I think most Rebels are, all their triggers. All the important triggers are range 1, do this, range 1, do this. They are formation flyers. But what having Leia in there does is it means that there's always that thing in the back of your opponent's mind is, what if they use Leia this turn?
Yeah.
Because if I guess right and they use Leia, then great, I'm well in there.
You say that, but they've also still just got a white K-turn out of it. They're not losing anything.
Yeah. And if I guess wrong, then suddenly I've turned round and 2 X-Wings and a U-Wing have won 1 forward focus.
Yep. Oh.
One thing I'm looking to see, I mean, it's not a list that particularly appeals to me, but it's something that we've talked about. It's a lot of handshaking involved. Is the 2 Tubes brothers.
Oh, yeah.
So Perceptive Co-Pilot.
Yeah, that's nice.
I mean, I think it's extended, but if you take Jyn Erso on there, the action economy generator for those 2 is the U-Wing. I can't remember which one it is.
Yeah. Is it
U-Wing?
Yeah. You probably take Magva, to be fair, to stop your enemy re-rolling things.
But you can do more, because if you take Jyn Erso, you can turn those 2 focuses can become 2 evades.
Yeah.
So the ship that they need to kill in that first turn has 2 evades. Now, if you go really annoying and you take Kyle, and you pass another focus, which you then turn to an evade. That ship can have 3 guaranteed evades, so it's going to survive any Alpha Strike coming at it. Then you're in amongst them with an Initiative 2 X-Wing, an Initiative 3 Hawk, which has got a 3-dice gun, the U-Wing. You've got Leia crew on there, so you can do your pivot on the spot things with the X-Wing and the U-Wing and not care.
Yeah.
And you've probably got points for another ship as well. Maybe Zeb in a shuttle or something like that.
Yeah. See, if we're talking
that kind of block formation with
nice.
You've got to kill the U-Wing to get rid of the action economy, because it only needs those 3 evades in the first turn. But then after that, you've got a U-Wing with a focus and an evade. You've got the Mordy Crow has a focus and evade. You can get a focus and evade onto the other Tube's brother, and then you've got your other ship bimbling around going, well, I'm still here.
Yeah. If we're talking hyperspace, as Apod is saying in the chat, I think double tap Y-Wings are the best rebel list hands down.
Oh, yeah, comfortably.
But if we're going extended, I'm really excited because Zeb is only 34 points, and you can fit Zeb with Leia in for 36, and then you get your pick of 4 ships at 41 points, and that includes a standard X-Wing, a standard B-Wing, the double tap Y-Wing. So many options.
Yeah.
So
they like Rebels are in a good place. However, they are criminally boring.
Yes, they are. Hey Triton, good to see you. Yeah, it's interesting, and something that Jay's saying here as well. Nora in the Arc with Leia, that's 57 points and annoying. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm really glad Arcs aren't in hyperspace.
Yeah, God, yes, they're really scary. Hey, look forward to the Arc in the basically Jedi Starfighters and Arcs. That's what I'm hyped for.
Well, what I'm really looking forward to about that is I want to see is the Republic Arc significantly different to the Resistance Arc, because obviously in first edition we had the Resistance retrofit on the Arc, the title card that gave it the extra stuff it does. So that kind of would imply that the arcs that were in the in Rebels are different to the ones that are in the Republic.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what happens.
Because, I mean, looking at the pilot abilities and the way that they're all about synergy, and like that Jedi thing where you can spend a Force token to pass orders around.
Oh, God.
That's just really cool and really thematic.
I am curious. So, I'm really curious.
Yeah, I mean, are you going to see, 4 or 5 low pilot skill gunboats with a Jedi controlling them, essentially?
Yeah, I'm curious. And, oh, God, like, if you can fit a few relatively cheap arcs, because medium bases have a big space that they fill. They really
look
do.
At what Bob has done.
Yeah, exactly.
The fire spray is legit because the medium base makes it squeeze through the rocks but still fill the space.
Yep. It's a very, very interesting ship. And if, as well as that, you can fit R4 astromechs on the arcs and have, like, green turns.
Well, yeah, because the R4 astromechs are generic astromechs, so it's not faction specific.
It is not.
So that could be interesting as well. But there's so much to look forward to and to come, and I still think we're really at a stage of unpacking what 2.0 is.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting
five months in, and I think most things were kind of settled on. But like when in one where Wave 11's come out, and then the meta was set within 2 weeks.
Exactly.
People are still trying different things, like the triple ups. As much as I don't really like it conceptually, that's a legitimate competitive X-Wing list. Somebody's gone, I'm going to try this and see what happens.
Yeah, it's really nice to see how we're still shifting.
Yeah, like, let's try this. Well, let's try that. You had for the briefest of moments, you had the Dash Rourke thing, which was, someone's come up with a really clever, interesting little trick.
Okay,
and
it got nerfed to the ground, but yeah.
Yeah, but all these tricks are new and surprising at the moment.
Yeah, they
whereas
really are.
It used to be like, what's the best way of combining Dengar and expertise now?
Yeah, and that's why hyperspace is nice, because you can go, okay, this stuff is really, really, really broken, and it's cutting off any originality. So yes, you can't fly your favorite ship for this round, but you can fly all these other things, and look, they're actually quite fun. Like, look and find something. Hey, thanks, Paul.
We also know that hyperspace is a limited window. It's only for 4 months.
Yep.
And then it's hyperspace season 2.
Is that confirmed for 4 months now?
Well, they put the dates up in the solicitation they
Amazing.
sent to stores.
Nice.
So Hyperspace Season 1 is March, April, May, June. Yeah, no, March. Yeah, there's like 4 or 5 months. March, I think it's the end of August, and it's September to the end of December for Hyperspace Season 2. And what's really cool about that is that we don't know for sure, but what I expect to happen is that each faction will have, this is your staple ship. So Rebels will have an X-Wing.
Yeah.
Imperials will have the TIE Fighter. Scum will have the Fang. There will be a ship that stays in the faction, but then they might, we've got 4 or 5 ships per faction. They might go, cool, well, we're going to take the Fire Spray out, and we're going to take this out, and we're going to put these 2 ships in instead.
This is what I'm really interested to see, because with in the past, when we've been dealing with 1.0 metas, you've ended up with quite a stale meta. So the one that I remember the most is the regen fest that we had at the end of Wave 8, when you had the 4 ship that Heva took to Worlds, with Poe with regen, Miranda turned up with regen eventually, and you had the Stress Hog. And that lasted for 6 months because there wasn't anything that came out that threw it off the top.
Yeah.
With a 4-month rotation, you don't get that.
Well, if you look at the end of 1.0, so many people got dispirited with it because we knew the change was coming, but we were still stuck with Ghost Fen, Amanda, and Pal Paces.
Hey, I flew Suntir at Nationals.
Yeah, I flew other stuff as well, but that's what, those were the 3 lists, and we had 6 months worth. I remember the first.
It really was.
It was painful, and so many people went, well, I'm just going to give up till 2. And have kind of not come back to the game or anything like that because it was so stagnant for so long. What you've got with the 2 game modes and with the options of the hyperspace changes quite regularly is you're never going to be on a settled meta.
Yeah, it's always going to be slightly changing.
Yeah, and then you throw in the points revision, which if they're doing every 6 months. So theoretically, you've got 4 months hyperspace. No, 5 months hyperspace. It's 2 months. Yeah, 4 or 5 months hyperspace. Then you got a points change. Then you got hyperspace season 2. Then you're coming up to another points change,
or like new model releases and stuff like that.
And then you've got new releases coming out at the same time, and then you've got extended tournaments thrown in as well. Like that's a much more interesting dynamic for the game than just fly what you want all the time.
Yep, absolutely. So, question for you, because I'm gonna have to turn this off soon. I'm probably going to go to bed. Would you prefer, because we've had a really good chat here, there's been loads of people commenting. Question to you guys on stream as well, just as we're wrapping this up. Do you think that I should upload this little chat that we're doing as a inclusion in the video, or upload it as a separate sort of 20-minute segment at the end that you could watch as a one-off video? That one's down to you guys. I'll leave that. We'll chat for a few more minutes about the sort of the state of the game and what we're excited for coming out. But yeah, I mean, question for you that popped up in the chat, Phil: clones or droids?
Of those 2, I go towards Jedi.
I mean, that option wasn't on the table, but I think that's what everyone's going to do, right?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't. I like my mate Connor is proper hyped for clones. Like anyone who's watched the Clone Wars cartoons.
Oh yes.
You know, yes, there's a few absolute dross episodes that you could do with burning from your memory.
Yeah, Jar Jar.
Jar Jar or the Droid Squad ones.
Oh God, yeah,
they're terrible. But the whole thing with the clones and the way they work, and the other thing to remember is a lot of people like you grew up with the prequels.
Yes,
you grew up with clones. Like I grew up with Ewoks.
Yeah, I like Jedi. Jedi is still my favorite film.
Yeah,
Jedi is still my favorite film.
Yeah, but if you look at what you were exposed to, like you went to the cinema and you're like, oh, this is awesome. I went to the cinema and went, oh, this is not Empire Strikes Back.
Yes. It's a good point, actually, because I was, when Phantom Menace, I was like 11. I went into Attack of the Clones at 14 years old enough to go, you know what, I can look past most of it, the CGI in this film, and seeing that massive battle line of clones with Mace Windu at the front. Oh.
And I think that the clones are going to get a lot more interest in the droids simply because the droids seem to be very heavily leaned towards Swarm.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, like, you know, we've got the eight ship Scum swarm thing. Not a lot of people choosing to fly that. They can fly it now.
Yeah, it's
Because,
interesting.
and I think that droids are going to be in a similar boat. Yes, you can have like 1,000,000 ships. Well, you can only have 8 because that's the rules of the game.
I'm curious to see though, because I think what you haven't really had the option of doing. So with Imperials right now, more than Scum, you have got the option of Ace and Mini Swarm, and this is something that I haven't really looked at, because if I just open
Which
up a
is
list
strange
builder
because
here,
it's quite well. This is Ace and Mini Swarm. Fen and Three Fangs is essentially
exactly.
an elite Ace and three, a cheap Ace and elite 3 Mini Swarm.
Yeah. So what I'm just going to do now is I'm just going to see how many TIE fighters I can fit with Fen, because what I was looking at for
Money
Yeah.
guild ties of Fen. It's like 5 or 6.
you can fit 5, not 6. However, if you take Terok, and this is something that Andrew Patterson has been doing, of course he has, because you were saying how good Terok is, you can fit 6 TIE fighters, and Terok is a 7-ship swarm.
And that smashes the crap out of.
Oh, it's really good. It's
Venny,
really good.
Venny gets ruined by that because he goes, "Oh, you've got no calculates." Cool. So Ray triggers once. You can't afford to use Ray on defense, and Terok just goes, "Have 4 dice."
Yep. And then the TIE fighters just open up.
Yeah, and just burn down. And how many points is that? Is that exactly 200?
That is exactly 200.
Yeah, that's just super good.
It's really good. But I think it's that kind of thing that you're going to see with the CIS, with the separatists, because you're going to see either some elite fighters that you can fit because they're so cheap, or you're going to see a good ace and a lot of chaff. But it's the ace players, I think, are going to be attracted towards that because they can fit 1 or 2 good aces and maybe like 4 droids. Imagine flying Fen Terok and 4 ships.
Horrible.
Oh.
But I mean, I think this is another thing that just sort of touching on what we talked about the whole conversation is what I love about Hyperspace is you can't tech for one list. It's like if you tech to play against Venny, you know you're going to play triple upslings. If you tech against triple upslings, you know you're going to play trip T70s. But it's not as clear a rock paper scissors meta as it used to be.
Yeah. No, that's the nice thing. There's like, it's even further than Lizard Spock. There is 8 or 9 good options.
Yeah, I mean, yes, there's there's matchups which are easier for a list, but I don't think any list is working out. Like, you remember what happened to every Nimander player who ever got paired into Ghost Fen?
Oh.
They just went, well, that was fun.
Yeah. There's no point playing this game.
I have precisely 6 turns to kill the ghost, or I've lost.
Yep.
Was how that worked. And I think that at the moment, there's nothing with that level. Like, Venny is hard, and when Dom and I were talking about it on the drive home last week, we both agreed that we can't see any any matchup that Venny doesn't go, I can win this. But at the same time, there's plenty of lists out there that can go, well, I can wreck you. Because what will happen is, that guy will take the 4 T70s with heavy laser cannons and just go, cool, I just burned your ship down. You can have an A-wing against my 4 T70s if you like. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly. I'm curious to see what ends up going, but I think the general consensus here is that we're going to upload this chat on the end of the video. But yeah, I think it's time for me to go to sleep. And well, thank you very much, Phil. We're going to do this in the future.
Thank you for having me on, dude. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, we're on. I haven't. Normally we play more, but I haven't been able to play you as much. But yeah, we'll definitely get you on for some more games.
Well, now that I've bought I literally bought a fancy headset for talking to people on Vassal and Skype and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, because it was a bit annoying doing it through the mic on my laptop. But, if you're up for another one in a couple of weeks' time or something,
definitely.
Let's get it in there. And I quite like playing with Vassal because I can just play stuff that I'd never normally fly and never normally write about because I don't have to buy the models.
It's a really good idea. And the other thing as well is that Phil is going. You should check out his Instagram as well. Phil, what is your Instagram?
Instagram is at PhilGCXwing.
Nice. You should check that out because there's a little teaser of what he's going to use tomorrow, and the blog should be out at some point over the weekend for you to enjoy.
Super excited about the blog this week because on the 23rd of February 2017, I wrote my first blog. And tomorrow is the 23rd of February 2019, so it is 2 years since I started this whole thing.
2 years since you started, 2 years since sprays, and I mean it's grown a little.
Yeah. So I've done most of the writing already. I've just got to write up the actual events themselves. But there's lots of sort of fun facts and figures about, how have I done with different lists over the last couple of years in there. I'm flying something a bit different to the T70s for tomorrow.
Good to know.
For Sunday.
Good to know. Well, good luck to everyone going to Basingstoke, and I wish everyone
and Aldershot and everywhere else.
Yeah, I wish everyone a very good evening, and to you gents who are tuning in from the States, thank you. It's good to see you. And yeah, have a good evening, guys. See you later.
Good night.
Bye.